You're listening to Say It Come. I'm just saying it, the waffle, as a waffle, is absolutely obnoxious. Hey, this is just a song that fits in between genres. We're really trying to tell you that we're down-home folks without saying we're country, because we don't want the connotation of being good old boys.
I trade my truck for an iPhone 1. Turns out it was stolen and no longer worked.
No.
The gods don't interfere with what may or may not be a cursed weapon. She didn't care when freaking a demon was in our party. Why would she give a crap about a cursed act?
That's funny.
What are you doing? Oh my God! What is happening?
This is why we did Say It Common, just for these kind of moments right here.
Why? It's good. I like it.
Okay, well, I don't know why we're talking about it right now. Okay, here we go. You're listening to Say It in Common, where we talk about it all, not just Dungeons and Dragons. I'm AJ Cannon.
Set template.
Tyrell Merle.
I think this is episode 41.
Okay.
I don't know why I was saying that. I was just thinking, from the 41st time, we don't even have to say, hey, remember, I'm going to, what the order is.
It's like
we
a
got
bike, man.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing a little special stuff today, some call-ins with Anthony and Dustin when we figure out what we're going to do for that. But anyway, that's to come, coming up shortly. And as always, this episode is brought to you by Tiger Skull RPG.
Tiger Skull!
And I think he's been on a little brief hiatus, but just go ahead and give him a follow for when more stuff comes out. You can be notified, and go check out everything at TigerSkullRPG.com and use our code Commoners30 for 30% off everything. There's some cool merch in there that I think is new. 2 or 3 different t-shirt styles that has some nice graphics on them. So go check those out and give them some support. Also, follow us on all the platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We do streams on Twitch Mondays and Fridays at 7 to 9. And Dustin puts stuff on YouTube all the time. We can ask him about that later because I don't even know what all goes on there. But I know Seth's been putting some Red Dead on there.
Yeah, a while back ago, but yeah. People have been watching. I was looking at some of our views. Our table view has over 6,000 views now.
6,000?
6.3K.
Hey, thanks for the views, folks. And yeah, I saw your Red Dead stuff had more views than...
It had like 20, 30.
Yeah.
Not bad. Everything that we've got, it's got multiples of 10. Like,
yeah.
Every video has got... So we've got 10 people constantly watching us.
We got like 60-something for subscribers. Send us to 100, folks. 100 subscribers would be cool.
Yeah.
And we're gaining some followers on Twitch usually when we play. We're up to almost 40.
Whoa.
So. Wow. And I have been a little bit disappointed because I thought we were going to go over 10,000 listens on the podcast this year, but we haven't put anything out in 2 or 3 months. Yeah. So if we had stayed on schedule, that would have happened, but we're right at like 9,500.
Okay.
And didn't quite make it. But we'll probably surpass 9,500 with this episode. So thanks for the listens. As I mentioned in my announcement and everything, we grew a lot last year, so hopefully we can do that again this year. And we're playing on what day? The 20th?
20th.
Hopefully, cross your
2
fingers.
weeks from today.
2 weeks from today. And, yeah, new episode, which segues us perfectly into...
Keeping It Common?
Keeping It Common, that's what it's called.
Maybe not so much like a bicycle.
Yeah, Keeping It Common, where we talk about our last games. Well, game or games, but I think we've done 2 or 3 games without an episode of Say It in Common, so...
Had we? I thought that we did a Say It in Common on the way to Tate's, and that was like the game before last. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. Not sure.
I didn't feel like it was that long.
But we did it on the road. It was me, you, Tyrell, and Kyle, I believe. And then there was another one that had Dustin in it. That was the one before this one. Episode 40 had all 5 of us, and maybe that was at Kyle's.
Maybe it was.
I think we did one at Kyle's. So, yeah, maybe the game before last. Anyway, a lot's been going on. Let's refresh the people.
Yeah. Y'all are still in Galeport.
Imagine that. The whole game takes place in Galeport.
It don't feel like that to me. It really doesn't.
No, I mean, a lot of stuff...
We've spent like 2 years in Galeport.
A lot of stuff happened leading up to Galeport. And then with it just being such a big part of the story.
I remember being so worried that we were spending too much time in the academy. Like, we've got to get out of here. We've got to get the story going.
How long were we there?
Like
5 or 6 episodes?
5 or 6 episodes.
Still, that was a great story,
Yeah.
part of the story.
We could have probably stayed there longer, but
We could have, but I mean, it progressed like it should have. I mean,
which I feel like this is progressing. Like we're moving forward in
Yeah.
Galeport.
it's just a lot of stuff has to happen.
I thought that the academy was really short, but now that I think about it, I wasn't there for one of the episodes too.
Yeah.
That's-
You
Oh,
both
yeah,
were
me and
missing.
Tyrell
You were on
were
a mission
gone.
trip.
And
Wow, yeah, that was a lot.
How long ago have y'all been on a mission trip? Since then?
yeah, that was the last
That was
one
the
we
last
went
one,
on.
huh?
I, think.
How long ago was that?
I don't think I went on any after that one. I don't think.
I haven't either. I mean, that was 3 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Maybe this may be the fourth. No, maybe this is the third. Either way, I mean, we've been doing the campaign since 19. Started in the fall of 19.
And it's 2024.
Yeah, so we're 4 years, 4 full years going on 5. Wow. And we've only done 40 something episodes.
Yeah.
That's not too bad. 10 a
No.
year.
I mean, it's pitiful compared to, the
People that do that as a full time job.
every Thursday, know,
People that do that as a full time job and live
getting
right next
paid
to each other.
crazy, stupid amounts of money for
Yeah.
it.
And we got guys driving 2 or 3 hours
Yeah.
to meet up and play, so it's a little bit more complicated.
No,
for
I'm
us.
proud of us. I just in that moment, I was like, we have kept our core people. Like
We have.
we have, and that's impressive.
We've really grinded it
yeah.
out,
It's been a grind.
but we've stuck with it.
Yeah.
And so have the listeners.
And I have every intention of finishing this campaign and hopefully starting another one.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll one of these days turn into something where we can afford to put more effort and time into it. Probably won't, but it's fun anyways.
I'll tell you, we're not keeping it common right now, but I miss the old folks home. We were so
Yeah.
good at the old folks home.
It was perfect.
So good.
I know it ruined everything.
It really put a monkey wrench in our
I mean, we were
operation.
once a month for sure.
Yep. Because it was just the fact that we was able to put it on the calendar, which, I mean, things happen. We had games planned on the calendar for November, and we just pretty much decided not to do one in December. And, I mean, life happens. It happens. We're all adults.
And
living
when
separate lives.
I'm not traveling to Oklahoma, I know I'm throwing a monkey wrench in it a lot.
Nah.
I've got 2 weekends out of a month that I can't do anything. If you need to answer, you can. Your kid's sick. You want to plug it in over here for the people?
Hey, sissy. Hey.
She looks completely different than she did at Children's. Look at her eyes. They look better.
Yep. She does look a lot
She's
better.
acting different.
That's good.
She may have just needed all that junk sucked out.
Yeah, maybe.
That may have been putting so much pressure on her face.
Mm-hmm.
That may have been why her eyes were swollen and red and all that gunk was coming out. And
Oh, did she have a bunch of crap in her nose?
They sucked out her mucus and they have a wall sucker and it was sucking blood and stuff.
Ew,
it was
man. Yeah,
wild.
that's bad.
Yeah, I'm glad she's looking better. She is definitely looking better. Her eyes don't even look red.
no, I got her.
They were like bloodshot at the hospital.
Her eyes don't even look red. Compared to what she looked like at the hospital, she looks like a different baby.
Yep,
So that's good.
that is good.
All right,
All
let's
right.
go.
Love you. Bye.
Where were we?
Keeping it common.
Old folks home.
Old folks
folks
home.
home, yeah.
Miss the old folks.
Oh
home.
yeah, and I was saying, yeah, I've got 2 weekends a month that are reserved.
Is it about to come to an end? Do we have a end date in sight?
I mean, not a date, but
Okay.
maybe. But yeah, once that's not going on anymore, then I'll be a lot more free on the weekends. And this last year we had so many shows. This year we may have some too, but we haven't in the last couple months. But I've still been extremely busy. Well, maybe we need to do Common Life first because I went to New York.
Yep. At the same time as Dexter, almost.
Yeah, we almost crossed paths in New York. I had no idea.
I don't think
Christmas.
Dexter, he set a date. He's got a date going. He got engaged in New York, and he's getting married in May 28th or something.
Okay. May 28th. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for Dexter.
Good for Dexter. Good for Annie.
How long has he been dating her?
Halfway through last year, maybe. Maybe about a year.
Year?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. I don't think I knew he was dating anybody. Of course, I don't see him that much either.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
I
hopefully
guess
we
I'll
will
see him
now.
more, yeah. I feel like I see him a lot, but I guess I don't really. Yeah, what has everybody else had going on? Christmas, Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
New
Christmas.
Year's.
Yep.
Which
Working.
Our Christmas was kind of canceled due to everybody having COVID. So.
Oh, really? The whole family caught it.
Well,
Yeah,
we
y'all
were
had
trying
it
to-
rough
Does your
over there
family not know
recently.
COVID's not a thing anymore?
Well, we kind of just didn't have it because we just got over it for the most part. We didn't want everybody coming to our house and stuff like that. So we're supposed to have it this Wednesday.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, it's going around. All kinds of sickness going around.
Plus my
Oh,
brother.
man. My kids have been sick for the past year, and I've only had my daughter for like 6 months. But she's been sick the whole time.
Sick babies.
Sick babies. It's horrible. I'm not getting sick though, which is weird because Cynthia says that I'm the biggest baby of them all. But I've just not been. I've not
Immune
been getting
system's
it.
best, maybe. I haven't been sick, really. I had a weird, like, I don't know if it's a stomach bug or what. It was like one day, and I just was like dizzy, couldn't eat, laying in bed all day, and threw up one time, and then I just had a fever on and off for like 3 days, 2 days. It was I felt pretty miserable, but I didn't have any kind of head congestion, nose running, coughing, nothing. I just had a fever and my stomach was messed up. Weird.
Our COVID stuff, it started, my dad, I guess, apparently got it somewhere there at work and he brought it home. And then he didn't realize that he had it. He wasn't even showing any symptoms or anything. And that was the day before we took my grandma over there to have that stents and stuff put in. And we left and we went to the hospital. But like before we left, we got up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and my dad had woke up and he had like a runny nose that morning. And we didn't think too much about it. And then when we went over there to Little Rock, he called my mom. It was probably about 3 o'clock or so in the evening, and he said that like he wasn't feeling good and stuff. So he went to the doctor and got tested. And
While you were at the hospital?
yeah, and he was positive. So we were all already exposed.
Yeah.
So we all ended up with it.
It's a year ago since I was in the hospital dying right now.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That seems like it was
2nd.
longer ago than that.
Now your phone's going off. Who?
Hi, I'm in the middle of recording a podcast. What are you doing?
Sorry, I didn't know you were doing that.
I told you.
can talk for the next 2 or 3 minutes. It's fine.
You was fine.
Seth says you can go ahead and talk because his
My wife
wife
already
just called
called.
him. She always does. It's a tradition for her to
tradition,
call in the middle of the podcast.
Okay, well, I'll let you go because I didn't know you were doing it right now. I thought you were just ignoring me on purpose.
No, I didn't even see a message.
Or on accident, sorry, that's the word.
I'll text you back.
I'm about to go to the hockey game, so I was just calling. Goodbye.
Okay, have fun. Love you too.
AJ, who was that on the podcast just now?
I'll cut all that out. It won't even.
Oh, you won't cut out my wife's probably.
I might some of it. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, that's my lovely lady, Brianna, the third Brianna of the Commoners group. And yeah, a lot of the people know her because she gets on the Twitch stream a lot and says how good I look in front of everybody. But yeah,
I should have done that last night. Good grief.
said how cute I
Drop
was.
the ball.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, common life. Maybe Anthony will have
Yeah, a
something
year
going
ago
on
I
in
was
his
dying.
life, too.
That's what
you were dying a year ago.
Yeah.
That seems like longer ago.
It does. Feels like a long, long time ago.
It's been last year kind of flew by, but it also
Drug on.
Yeah, it's weird.
2023 was not a good year. I did not. Everyone hated 2022. I hated 2023.
What'd you hate 2023 for?
I mean, I started it in the hospital.
Yeah.
Cynthia's sister.
Oh yeah, I forgot
But
that.
I did.
happened
I
last
did have Emberlin, so that's a blessing.
year. Yeah, you had a kid.
Yeah.
Can't be too bad.
The last 3 years have been.
Let's get on to 2030.
Jeez.
The 2020s are not going well.
It's kind of a weird 2023 to me. Spent most of it driving back and forth to Tulsa and playing shows and
Just a busy one, huh?
yeah.
You'll look back on those.
Quit my job last year
Yeah.
in January, so it's almost a year. Interesting. Okay, keeping it common.
What do you think of Jules?
I was going to say, ask us a question.
What do you think of Jules?
AJ knows it's got to be Quincy's mom. Quincy wouldn't ever suspect that. What do you think, Ty?
It was Ty, think.
Thren hasn't met her or anything, so he wouldn't have an opinion. But
Well, we did fight them in the arena.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
But
but
yeah, I mean, he wouldn't know anything.
not
else.
formally introduced.
Yeah, no. He wouldn't really even know what to think about her other than think of her, I guess, as an enemy for the other group there.
Yeah. I think it's. I don't know why she. I mean, she wouldn't care unless she knew me somehow. So she's got to be my mom. But does Quincy recognize her at all? Like, does she?
Quincy never met her mom.
Does she resemble like him or?
I don't know.
And she said that she has gambling debts. Where is Quincy Potcher Jr.? Is he still alive?
I don't know.
Well, Quincy doesn't know it's his mom, so he wouldn't ask.
Right.
But yeah, she's telling me to get out of town. She doesn't care about anybody else. I think she's an interesting character. I was hoping I could sway her to help us, maybe. Because if we can kill Stefan, she's free to do as she wishes.
Maybe, yeah.
But all she just said she owes him money.
She implied there was some sort of life debt that she owes him.
Yeah, but how could that? He saved her life.
Well,
busted her out of jail.
She implied that she was unable, like incapable.
Yeah.
Of
maybe
turning
she signed a
against
pact with him or something.
Maybe. That's kind of what. In a world where
is he Jax?
In a world where you can have warlocks who sign their souls away to demons, then it might not be so weird that she is more than just indebted to him.
Yeah. I didn't think about that. Well, we thought that maybe Stefan could be Jax's new champion, but what if Stefan was like an embodiment of Jax, and he started this whole thing so he could get Urist out of Hollyhead and doing his will.
That's why I come to Satan Common, so I can get cool story ideas.
But I don't know. Quincy'd still, like, if they got in a fight, he would kill her and not feel any remorse about it. Like, he doesn't know her.
That'd be fun. I mean, I'm not saying yes or no to anything.
And I don't think, I mean, is that your way of telling us, yeah, y'all should leave town? Because I don't think we're going to.
Nothing my NPC say is not me trying to tell you to do anything now.
I think we have encountered the impossible so many times, I don't think any of our characters are scared of marching into that castle and trying to destroy them.
Yeah.
If we have to.
My way of telling you to leave town is like if you go way back to like episode 5 or 6 or something, after y'all have already taken care of all the zombies, and you're like, "There's still a mystery here." I'm like, "You can't find a mystery here." That's how I tell you to leave town. But no, an NPC telling you need to leave town, that's a red herring for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I do like how I think we're at this point where the Bathories know exactly where they are, but they know they can't just walk in there and do anything to us, and we're just like challenging them to try.
It's a precarious situation. Like, really, we're just waiting on y'all to make a decision. Are y'all going to invade, or are y'all going to set up a base and try to defend?
Well, at first I thought we were going to invade, but now it seems we're playing the defense side.
I'm very interested to see what this network of tunnels has in store, if we can even find the castle. I'm wondering if they've got ways up above the surface everywhere. There could be anybody that's a vampire might have an entrance to that tunnel in their basement.
They can walk on walls and they could fly. I mean,
so they wouldn't probably need tunnels, would they? Or are you saying?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, they don't have to have like an access to like that'd be like what we would consider regular stairs.
Yeah, that's true.
Have like
but if they wanted to be more discreet, if they wanted to parade 20 children, they couldn't do it through the streets. They'd have to do it through the tunnel.
Yeah.
But those people that we saw down there didn't come from the orphanage. They came from somewhere else, and they didn't come down the path we're on. So either they came from the castle and we're going the wrong way, or we're going towards the castle and they came from somewhere else. So maybe we shouldn't kill them when we need to ask them questions. I don't know. And I don't know if they're vampires. They could just be people working for Bathory. But I got a feeling there's probably a lot of vampires. And we discussed in game last game that we can't ever do anything about that. Like, there's always going to be vampires. It's not necessarily the worst thing.
Yeah.
You can't kill them all.
Kill them all with it.
What?
His rap god.
Oh, rap god again. But I'm interested to see what else is down that tunnel.
I wanted something I remembered, like, y'all are like, we're just randomly, we're going to go explore the tunnels. Okay, I didn't know y'all were going to do that, but okay. And then y'all get frustrated when they're booby trapped.
Well,
How dare Seth booby trap these tunnels that clearly would be booby trapped? I mean, if the Bathories know you're there, know you have interest,
I like the giant rune. I thought that was really cool.
it was.
The rune trap.
Yeah.
I mean, they were just doing a ton of damage. We couldn't get through there, and we tried to disarm one, and we all about died. And
what's really funny is,
we
like,
don't know
I decided
what
the first one,
direction
okay,
we're going.
first one's classic, fireball. And then y'all are being safer on the second one, but I already made up my mind. It's not going to be a fireball. It's going to be an electric, so they're going to vary. And y'all just happen to get, like, I asked y'all the distance y'all were standing. Y'all were right at the verge of it. Like, it seems like I was trying to be mean, but I'd already, like, found out what I was going to do when I knew that there was going to be traps in there. And
what was that lightning spell?
just lightning, chain lightning.
Chain lightning.
Chain lightning.
Chain lightning in a rune trap.
Yep.
I thought it was like Glyph of Warding when you first were talking about it, but that giant rune actually is a lot more interesting.
Runes are going to come up here in a little. Like, the reason that was fresh on my mind is for a reason that y'all's going to find out soon enough. Maybe in the next
About
game.
runes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
We want to invade, and we were going to wait until the Slake to do it. Mm-hmm. That was the last plan we had.
So, like, y'all might be ready soon.
Yeah.
Like, y'all
I mean,
wouldn't mind having a time jump.
Oh, unless you think we need to level up or something.
Are y'all ready? What level are y'all?
11?
Yeah, we're 11.
Okay. I think I always hope that y'all be around 11 to 13.
We're not going to make it to 20, are we? You'd have to almost level us up faster.
I think that the game would end at level 20. So I think really you're going to be level 19. I don't see you fighting.
Well, not at level 20, yeah. But do you think we're going to level up that many more times?
I hope so, but
Bilbo Baggins walking out the door. I'm going on a cosmic adventure.
I'm wondering what's after Galeport. I know you got something in mind.
yeah, I know what the next chapter is going to be for sure.
That's great. I don't, which I kind of have up until this point. So I'm interested to see what that's going to be. But it's
Take
like
a guess. Just take a guess, and I'll have my reactions.
like where it's going to be
Yeah.
or what's going to happen.
What's the next chapter? Give me more ideas for the game.
Well, the next chapter, I know that when Galeport is overthrown and the Inkling's able to come in and do their thing, they're like, they've got over half the continent controlled. It's just, do we have enough people to mount an attack? And if we have an attack, are we going to the castle? Or, like, where does that take place? So I don't know if the next chapter is going to be preparing for, like, this end of times war, or if you're going to ship us off to the dying plains, because we've never gotten into Thren's backstory in, like, Duke Jike at all. And maybe if Duke Jike is good, that's great, but I feel like there's got to be more to it than that. And plus, we already know from what we know about Thren's backstory is that Jike, like, sucked all the resources out of the land and made a desert out of a jungle. And we played the
Tate's
that Tales from Palexia there, and it was very interesting with the creatures and whatever was going on there.
I think that's my favorite Tales of Palexia, just because it sets up such a vast difference, like going from lush jungle to what y'all know of the dying plains is very interesting.
So I'd like to see that, because I'd like to explore it, especially knowing that, like, is there any jungle still there? Because that Tales from Palexia happened years and years before the
Long
game.
time. Yep.
Yeah, hundreds of years.
No, not hundreds, because Jack isn't that old. Only like 50 or 60 years.
Oh, so he wasn't put in place like 500 years ago. Okay.
No. That's said in the game, too, that he's
Okay.
the youngest and that he's the most recent addition.
But yeah, I'd like to see if there's something. I mean, there's no telling what's down there.
I was about to say, yeah. Did we figure out what was down there? Like, what they were, like, mining or whatever for down there? Like, underneath the ground?
No, I think in Tate's game, what they were doing was creating robot things.
Yeah, like robotic.
They were making.
So like that crystal suit that Dewberry had, is that like some of the stuff that they were getting?
That was built by Jay. We don't
was
know
built
if
by
it was
Jay.
Jake.
Y'all didn't see. I don't think anything like that was mentioned.
I'm wondering if maybe, like, there's just all types of rich minerals that only come from there, and he was pulling them all out and building different things.
Well, the trees themselves are like turning to stone, right?
That's
That
up
was
in
in the
the
Burnout
that's
Forest.
the
That
Burnout
has a
Forest,
completely
and that's
different-
just from the world dying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was like something to do with him, like what he was doing having an effect on the rest of the world.
Is the world just dying because the world is dying, or is the world dying because of effects from...
The world's dying because it's old. We've said I got the idea for that from The Magician's Nephew, C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia books. The Magician's
Okay.
Nephew. Before they ever go to Narnia, they go to another world and meet the Wicked Witch and bring her out of her world, which is dead. Like the sun's about to give out, and everyone is like in a comatose state because of a spell that she cast. And like I think it mentions that even the trees are turning to stone because of the so
it has nothing to do with the king.
No. And that's been said in game.
Okay, I thought it had. I had something. Don't remember. Oh yeah, but we also have, if you ever wanted to bring the Hag Coven back and make that be a boss, like how high level would that be, Ty?
Hag covens aren't very high.
Depends on his.
It depends on if I
hags.
wanted to, like an actual hag coven. You could probably defeat at like 9th level party easy.
It depends on the hags, too,
Right.
though. Like, cause
Even the
stronger
highest, even the highest monster manual, like normal monster manual, I think is only level 9. So, like
looked
3 level 9 hags wouldn't be a problem for y'all.
Yeah, I think 3 third level hags is considered like a challenge rating.
6 or 7.
6 or 7, something like that. Yeah. So like that's just like a basic green hag. Yeah, it's something like that. And but the thing is, when they're all together, they like have a shared spell casting power that's like way more powerful than what they normally would be.
Okay. Well, I mean, depending on what you added to that, you could.
Oh
make
yeah,
it.
hag coven is always in play if we need it.
Yeah, and Heroes of Juniper Grove, which I don't know if that's tied into the main story in some way. Considering now that they're allied with the Bathories, I would think that almost turns into like main story instead of side quest material. Even though that is the original main story.
It's y'all's main story.
Yeah, that is our main story.
It might not be the world's main story, but
Yeah.
it is the commoner's main story.
Yeah, it's actually all this stuff with the Bathories and Galeport and everything. That's just a side quest.
It's funny.
The biggest side quest of all time. That's what we should be doing.
That's funny.
Honestly, could have tried to kill Jules or do something. Could have tried to drag her down there where we could demand information from her and wouldn't tell her to take us to Stefan so we could kill him and then be in game. Could be. But I think
What's really interesting is now, like, you've got Dustin and Kyle, technically Dexter. Dexter's so new, it's hard to even remember he's playing. They don't care anything about them. Like, they might empathize.
That's true.
But, I mean, Gillard for sure is all about the war.
Yeah.
That is his main quest. Yeah. Like, Kyle's main quest is just to...
whatever anybody wants to do.
To be a renegade.
Yeah. Because he should have the same mindset as Gillard, but he doesn't.
Yeah. No. And that's funny, and that's fine.
But he's been with us since the beginning.
Yeah, he's
so
pretty
it's
much
like,
he's pretty much an OG.
He fought with us in Derry against the Heroes of Juniper Groves.
He fought
And
against the zombies in
with the
Juniper
zombies
Yeah.
in Juniper Grove.
yeah, he was there. So he was one of the Heroes of Juniper Grove.
He's a
originally.
and he
So
doesn't even
does
know
have
that.
beef with
He
him.
doesn't know that.
He does have beef with him outside of unlike Gillard.
I'm ready to start a new game for Kyle's sake because he thinks that he'll be more into it and understand more on the next game.
Oh,
I don't.
definitely, yeah.
He's ready to make a new character and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, there is something to say about like when you start fresh with a new character, you come up with their backstory and all that stuff. That's
I've got a character I can't wait to play.
So that's your definite one for the next campaign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have I told you anything?
No.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not going to. I don't want anything out there. I don't know if we're playing in the same world. I don't know what we're doing. So
I love the reason I've got to finish this game is because I know how I want it to end. Y'all could ended a different way, I mean, y'all could die at any time and that ends in a different way. But like if we literally made it to the end game, there's two directions. There's only two. Well, there's three. You could die, and then there's two ways you could win. You know how games have true endings? My game has a true ending in my mind, and y'all don't have to get it.
There's an alternate ending.
There's an alternate ending.
Okay.
Besides y'all just dying, there's an alternate wins condition.
Is there a way to make this world live longer? Is that part of the end game? Because if we play another campaign in this world, would it be older?
Yeah, whatever we do on the next game depends on what alternate ending or what ending y'all.
So you are planning to continue us playing in Palexia, or is
in this world?
Is this a continent or is it a planet?
It's a flat world.
It's a planet. I mean, man, Tyrell ought to be the DM. Like he has sent me and
have him build a map for you.
Yeah,
and
the
some
lore.
backstory. Yeah.
And DM the game.
He's great at lore.
Oh, his lore is insane for his own personal games. Like and like the information that he has on he has words I can't even pronounce.
Did y'all start a new game yet?
No,
we haven't. Well, I figured
I need you to text me all the things because that WhatsApp. When I got my new phone, I have really old conversation, but I don't have any of the stuff about my new character. Like, because I have my character made, I just haven't wrote it down.
I've got this app on my phone. It's literally just called a notebook app. Mm-hmm. I keep everything for my campaign in there, which is actually probably a mistake because whenever I switch phones, it's probably going to all be gone.
You can probably upload it to a cloud or something.
Yeah, I need to do something with it. But,
are y'all playing in the same world that we were playing in? Okay,
it's just a different continent.
Gotcha.
It's Greater Love.
Wait, there's different continents and worlds?
Yeah. Ours is all one.
Yeah. No, it is just one massive, smallest world, I guess.
It's like Middle Earth.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a continent on the other side.
No, because Draxus
flat,
is
AJ.
controlling the world.
I said it's flat.
Come on, it's a pyramid. It's a D4.
Well, where are boats coming from on the ocean then? Because Galeport's the far west side of the map.
Don't you know you can only sail so far till you hit the icebergs?
Yeah. I mean, if they're coming in from the ocean, they got to be coming from somewhere.
Maybe. We'll see.
Otherwise, they would just come up the river would be the only way.
Well, there's Galeport, and then there's Harbor's End. Yeah, so that uses the ocean. Just use the ocean as a means of production.
Are we going to go to Harbor's End?
It's up to y'all.
I mean, will we have any reason to go?
Not at the moment. Not that I can see. I guess if y'all really flub it, Catherine could run. She wouldn't run to Harbor's End, though. She'd run to where your game was set.
I don't remember what that was called.
I don't either. It's on my map, so.
It's a V or a G. I'll think of it.
So don't let that happen. Okay. Unless y'all want to, get a few more levels. Whatever.
Yeah.
Lord, y'all'd hate that, wouldn't you? Chasing her further in the map. That would be awful.
Yeah, it would.
Well, she would be out of the protection of her city and stuff, though, too. She wouldn't have all the probable layer actions.
Do they have layer actions?
Definitely.
Well,
I mean, no, you definitely need to invade.
We're going to invade in 5 days. That may be 5 games, which means it may be the fall of this year. We got plenty of time to prepare.
Let's see, what else happened? I am almost interested in seeing if Kyle wants a love connection to Helga. Because it's funny.
The funny, I died laughing. I was listening to that last game, and he said he was going to carry her to the table. And he said, and I just cradle her in my arms or something. And you go, are you picking her up? And he goes, yes, and it's heavy.
I think I was like, she doesn't allow you to do that.
Helga, yeah, give Rask a love interest.
I kind of like. I don't.
If she likes him, for
Yeah,
some
the Helga
reason.
in my mind is like he's stupid, but like it's attention. I guess and not bad. Like not like she's craving attention, but like she's not. She doesn't hate it. I guess in my mind, it's kind of funny. Like he's funny, and she likes his sense of humor.
Okay. Boy, that'd be funny. Give him something to fight for. Put Helga in some danger and see what he
that
does.
he's trying to have her
Yeah,
build.
he wants a motorcycle.
Gosh, I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that.
That's like a Malachi trying to build a
Trying to make the Infinity Gauntlet.
or a gun.
Yeah.
Just imagine, Thrin, a wagon without horses.
Made of metal.
A horse.
Bat wings for some reason.
A horse, but instead of legs, it has wheels. Wow. Kyle comes up with stuff. I don't know where he's going, and by the time he gets done, I'm dying laughing.
I'm still wearing the mop.
Oh my god.
And the one time he said something about... There was something he did one time that was a callback to multiple games.
Yeah, his
before.
continuation's on point.
Yeah, I can't believe, and I couldn't believe because it was just like an inside joke thing about him being able to fly or something.
Oh yeah, his hammer.
Yeah, maybe
His hammer.
Yeah. Where he just come crashing
Yeah.
down next to Thrin, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I was
think
on the
I'll beat
balcony.
Dewberry.
Yeah.
I was reading a book and he comes crashing down from
Not
the
Dewberry.
roof. Weirdly enough.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Thrin, I can fly. Oh man.
Yeah, he'll drop some continuation joke, and it'll take me a good 10 seconds to know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
The car thing, like him trying to make a car, like
Yeah.
it was one of those. Like, just imagine it, Thrin.
Yeah, because wasn't he was talking about the car like back when we were
Yeah.
on the raft.
Yeah.
Before we got
he
to
was?
No, I don't
was
think
it
it's
not
that far.
back?
It was definitely one. It was like different. The space was wild, but I think it made sense in game.
Oh well, the one I remember when he started talking about it was when we fought the things in the orphanage the first time, and he wakes up out of his
I had a
hypnosis.
dream. Yeah.
He said,
okay.
Thrin, I just had the craziest dream. It's
Yeah.
like punching stuff.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
imagine it, Thrin.
Yeah.
Oh, for some reason I was thinking it was back on the raft, but he mentioned
He
something
may have
about
said
cars.
something on the raft too.
He did say something. I don't. Maybe it wasn't the car thing.
But yeah, then multiple episodes later, he starts bringing his idea to Helga. He remembered that he had that idea. I don't know how he remembers all that stupid stuff he says. Oh, Kyle, what a great addition to the group.
But y'all, like, we're gonna have battle this next game, I guess, right?
We're pretty much initiated on
Yeah.
those people.
Okay. It's been a while, so y'all want a good battle? Y'all want to almost die?
I mean, I don't know what could be down there.
Okay.
I don't really want to almost die, but well, I don't know. If we can go back and get our hit points before we go invade the castle, I guess
I
we'll
mean,
be
y'all
all
got
right.
5 days.
What could possibly be the deal down there?
I don't know.
Is it going to be another instance like when we fought that mind flayer for no reason?
That was me just trying to waste time.
That was the most module thing we've ever done.
It wasn't even from a module. It was just a game.
I know, but it was
played
just
that
random
before.
and stuff. I hate modules.
Y'all were. It was just. I need a throwaway thing for y'all to just waste a few days with, and
Yeah.
and then y'all got bored with that and just like, let's do a fight club.
Yeah.
most modules are set in the Forgotten Realms. There's a few of them that aren't. They're like the Eberron setting or the
Ravencroft.
Yeah, which it actually has ties to Forgotten Realms.
Yeah.
but it's not connected.
Yeah,
directly.
Ravencroft is just outside of the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, it's like its own dread.
Is that where
domain.
Curse of Strahd takes
Yeah,
place?
yeah. There's other dread domains too, besides just Ravenloft. But yeah,
That's what I like about the modules is that they're all in the Forgotten Realms.
yeah, they're all connected in a lot of ways.
You can go from in Lost Mines of Phandelver, and then you can do the Storm King's Fury, and you go back to Phandelver.
They have a new book. It's called Phandelver and Below, and you can actually run the first Lost Mines of Phandelver and then go directly from that into that one.
That's
And
cool.
it's connected directly to it. It has like some Lovecraftian horror style stuff to it. It's crazy.
I used to play with guys, and they knew Forgotten Realms lore. so well that they could play any game and it be in that, so you don't have to make things up. Like, you just know the lore.
Yeah.
Because it's been published.
That
for so
would be
long.
cool if there was like good lore and you could follow a story. But when we've done them before, it just seems like a fight.
When
mean,
I
you
was
just go, it's
talking
combat.
to you and Malachi last night, I was saying that Ed Greenwood has a YouTube
Yeah.
channel. That guy right there is the guy who created all that. Well, he created the world setting itself, anyway.
Oh, okay. How big is the Forgotten Realm?
It's
Huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
Like Phandelvers and stuff, it's just the Sword Coast. Like, it's just a part of the world. Like,
Yeah.
same thing with Storm King's Fury, Thunder, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's just in the Sword Coast.
Yeah, most.
And then
of
you
the-
watch the movie that they just made last year, and that's in the Sword Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh, yeah, I did notice that.
so that, like,
We can talk about that because I watched that movie.
yeah, it's good.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I really liked it.
I liked
It was
it
funny.
from what I watched.
Yeah.
I watched from what I could hear of it. I was at my sister's house when I watched it, and there was a lot of loud stuff going on.
I want to watch it
Salon,
again, but yeah, it's just a good little D&D movie. A lot of,
It was okay. I don't know. I just felt like the plot wasn't that great. You know, I felt like if you didn't play Dungeons and Dragons, you wouldn't know why anything was funny or what was even happening.
well, I think that's true, but
I thought, well, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it doesn't even matter if you know anything about D&D. It's just a good movie." And I was like, if I didn't know this was D&D,
You're
I
missing a lot of
wouldn't
stuff
have
if you
been
don't
even
know.
interested. I don't think.
I think being like it definitely was for D&D fans because it was such a D&D campaign. Like that's what it felt like. It felt like a
Yeah,
D&D
it did
campaign.
feel like a D&D campaign. It
Like,
definitely, yeah.
They flubbed a heist, got sent to prison, escaped from prison, didn't
Yeah.
need to escape from prison. Like it was a bunch of funny stuff.
I figured out why that druid can wild shape into an owlbear.
Oh,
now.
really? Why?
While owlbears are now no longer monstrosities and they are beasts.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, did they change that specifically because of the movie?
I don't know if that's why, but
Oh, okay.
they have recently changed like their type into a beast. So you,
And she's still able to wild shape way too many times.
oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But
it
I
was a
mean,
lot of times.
it looked good.
Yeah.
it was what you imagine a druid to look like.
And then was Letty a barbarian?
Yes.
Okay, because they never say, and she never really rages.
She
I guess she's
rages-
supposed to be raging.
yeah every
but
time she's in battle.
she doesn't like go nuts though or anything.
She might not be a berserker.
Yeah,
I guess
don't
she's
know.
probably a
I don't
berserker.
know
She's
what
just a
she
good. I
is.
thought she might just be a
She's definitely
fighter. I
not
was
totem.
wondering. I was wondering if she was just a fighter. Did they ever say anything about her totem?
Maybe she was a
She
fighter.
has stats, like you can look it
Yeah,
up.
you can
like,
look at
what- like what she is, but I don't know what she is.
I don't know that chick's name. I just call her Letty. I mean, because that's
Roderick.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a lady
Michelle.
from Fast and the Furious. Michelle Rodriguez. Yeah.
Michelle
well, you knew who I was talking about when I said Letty.
Yeah, because you said barbarian.
Oh, okay. I thought she was going to be a barbarian, and then partway through the movie, I was like, I don't know that she's like raging. It's not making. I would thought that if she was raging, they would have made a point to like make it look like she was. Her veins are bulging out of her skin, or like she.
Oh, by the way, in Baldur's Gate, the barbarian druid rage works. I was actually really surprised that they actually included that into the game. Like when you rage and then transform, you can still be a raging bear.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in that game. I thought that was really cool.
Can you do that in D&D?
Yeah.
You can be a raging animal.
Yeah.
It's not like casting spells where if you're raging, you can't.
No. Now, they also included that, too. Like, if you're raging, you can't cast spells while you're raging. You have to drop the rage in order to be able to.
Can you cast one and then rage and be
Ye-
concentrating?
Okay, no, you cannot be concentrating, but there are certain spells that you can use. I figured out that you can cast before you rage.
That'll continue.
Yeah, there's like one, I forgot what that spell's called, like something fire shield or whatever. You can cast that. It like gives you like a flame around you, and when enemies attack you with frost damage, it like negates it for the most part. It takes like whatever damage it would have dealt and like minimizes it majorly.
Is there anything in the game that's not actually D&D?
Not that I've seen.
no, it's absolutely- it's just
dude, it's
D&D.
D&D. It's best D&D you can get.
Okay.
It's good. But yeah, when enemies hit you, they take like 6 to 16 damage every time they hit you. It's
But
crazy.
with the fire shield?
Yeah,
thing? Oh, that's
it's a
really
4th
good.
level spell. And I was playing a barbarian that had this robe that you can get if you like do this one thing in the storyline, and it gives you that spell while wearing the robe. It's pretty cool. It's called like infernal robes.
In D&D, I know we've talked about this before, but did we make an exception for Quincy on the spells where I can concentrate because you're not supposed to be able to concentrate? when you're raging, Seth?
Do what? Sorry.
I'm not supposed to be concentrating while I'm raging, right? That's an exception we made for
Yeah, for
Quincy.
you, yeah.
Okay. Which makes me pretty powerful. But it would have been really powerful if I would have been able to cast spells while raging. I think that is.
She's part of the elk tribe, so she's a totem barbarian.
She's a totem.
Elk
An elk totem barbarian. What's an elk? What do you
That
get with
gives you-
elk?
More movement, I think.
Yeah, more movement speed at 6th level.
I didn't even know there was an elk. Is that's not in the player's
That's
handbook?
Sword Coast Adventures Guide. And in the new player's handbook, whenever it comes out, was it next year or this year? Whenever it comes out, they'll have the Wild Heart Barbarian in that one. It'll be all of the totem barbarians in one thing.
Oh, that's the Wild Heart.
Yeah, so
You
like
can put all of them in one.
Yeah. So what it is
you'd be unstoppable.
No, it's basically the same thing. They just revised it. But when you level up, you don't have to choose the same animal as you go, like you did in the previous one. Which apparently that was a thing anyway. You didn't have to do that. You could actually be like a bear totem 3rd level and then go into elk in the 6th level. Apparently a lot of people didn't get that, so that's why they're redoing it with
So you can change it every level or what?
Yeah. Like with at 3rd and 6th, you'll get 2 different things there.
Tate's getting impatient. He asked if everything's okay. I guess he's ready to talk.
Okay, I'm sure he is. I was just going to.
I just told him to be ready. We can call him.
Is there anything? Well, do we want to ask him about the campaign?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, we can.
We've talked about. We'll
go ahead and call him, and then we'll do the top 3, and then we'll call Dustin. He can
on the console.
He can do it on the console with us, unless he has anything to say about the campaign.
Headphones on for a first.
Headphones on.
What's this session called? Or
this segment?
Yeah, this segment. That's the word. On the phone.
Phone a friend.
Phone a friend.
Okay. On the phone. On the phone, soul.
Now, is the audience going to get to hear the ringing of the phone?
Should, yeah. I haven't checked this to see if it was going to work. I played music and it worked. So.
What we hear? I hear ringing.
I hear ringing.
I hear it. I'll have to. He's not going to be able to. Probably have to talk loud, Tyrell, since you're across the room.
He just asked if we're ready, and now he's not going to answer the phone.
I'm about to hang up on him.
Wow.
Boy, you can't make this stuff up.
You can't. Wow.
Classic Anthony.
Classic.
Y'all like my slippers?
I do. I've been admiring your slippers this whole time.
They're Brianna's. They're not mine.
All right, call Dustin. See if he'll answer. Worst segment in. Say it in
phone a
history.
friend. Phone. Yeah, he's not my friend
will no
anymore.
longer be taking place. Hello. Hey.
Hey, what's up? You're on Say It in Common.
Am I?
Yeah.
I'm at Sonic.
Do you want me to call you back? We tried to call Anthony first, but he didn't answer the phone. So.
No. It's fine. I'm just gonna order my food in a minute. I'll just do that. No, I just pulled in. I actually just got done with East Fork practice, so it actually works out.
What?
I just had a first of the year Saturday practice. 4 people showed up.
Out of how many?
Out of like 16 or 20. I don't know how many kids I have. I have a lot now.
They're off the team.
Your team is that big?
I have a lot now. Now I don't have that many that compete. I have that many that show up.
Oh, okay.
Competing this past semester, I think this past semester I had 9 that actually compete. 6 on my Smash Bros team and 3 on my
Anthony's calling now.
Hearthstone team. But going into the next season, I'm gonna make that 13 people. But anyway, welcome to Say It in Common. We're talking about everything, not just basketball. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're good. We've been mostly just talking about the campaign. So if there's anything you want to weigh in on.
Seth knows what I want. Seth knows.
You might have to send it all back. I got a new phone. I don't know if I have all those text messages we sent.
You know, Seth. You know, it's in there.
What? You just want You want magic items?
He wants magic items.
Yeah.
He wants everything.
I don't want magic. I do want magic items, but this is a different thing. I'm making changes. I'm getting rid of my useless background for something that's less than useless. It's good.
What is your background currently? Soldier?
No, spy.
Spy.
Well, you were a spy.
I know, but it's useless. So I'm changing it.
Oh, so
But I'm making it story appropriate.
Even though I used to be a spy in the academy, I'm not a spy now, so my background doesn't make any sense anymore.
No, my background, it makes sense, but its actual uses are useless. What contacts do I have, Seth? What contacts? What spy contacts do I have?
Daladar.
That's not a spy contact.
So
I just want to like make tweaks in the direction without changing the character as a whole, and I think I found a fun way to do that and incorporate it in the story. So just something I'm working on with Seth that I'm looking forward to. But apparently we ended up getting into combat instead of all that. So we got to fight for our lives before I get a chance. What if my guy dies?
what?
I was like, what if he dies? What if Garrett dies in the next combat?
All that prep is gone.
What do you think? What do you think is up with all these tunnels?
The tunnels? Oh,
Yeah.
I just think it's like a network of caves or something. Probably is how vampires move around in the day or something. I don't know.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
so
in the
new to
day.
us, but I hadn't really thought about it a whole lot because, I mean, this was 3 months ago, guys. It's old news.
Well, I'm just wondering if it's a labyrinth to try to keep people from getting to them, or if those tunnels are going all over the place.
I figure both. It's meant to be confusing, but they probably have functions that we just don't know about.
Yeah.
I mean, Seth's already introduced runes, so that means they have at the very least they're trapped. But runes are a very versatile form of magic that can do more than that. So it could be like there could be a rune that Earthen whatever moves the earth and then opens up a pathway in some dude's house and he kills their family. A vampire kills their family. Who knows? I figure that it probably serves a lot of purposes. The question is, are the vampires the one that made it to serve their purposes, or is this like an old underground railroad thing? I don't know. I'm just curious how much Seth really has prepared for this. It'll be a lot of fun to find out, though.
He's getting ideas right now.
Oh yeah, I come to Satan coming just for the ideas.
I know. I don't think I do this. This is how I plant my ideas in our collective campaign.
Yeah, you are DMing our campaign.
This is Inception, AJ. This is Inception.
Yeah.
I tell Seth what a great idea something would be, and then he feels like it's his idea, which I need to tell him later. Oh man.
Well, I was gonna call you for on the console. So you got anything on the console? Any games you're excited about?
No. No.
It's pretty sad, isn't it?
I'm not excited for GTA, and if not Rockstar, but Rockstar's parent company that's pushing the price changes, if they get that way, I want it to fail. I want it to epically fail.
How much do they want to charge?
AAA games. I have heard that 2 of the options are $120 or a subscription service. Neither of those are okay.
No.
So if they move forward with either of those plans, the game needs to fail. If they don't, and it remains the ridiculous $70 price tag that AAA games currently have, then fine, succeed. Who cares? But I don't want to succeed if either of those plans go in motion. That's my thing. Because it's going to hurt the industry.
Gamers are not putting up with crap right now. Like, so if they try that, there's a good chance it will fail, even how big a name they are.
Right. I mean, it's definitely possible because, like, even the $120 price tag, it's like, oh yeah, okay, all the streamers are gonna buy it, but
they'll be giving it.
Just watching the streamers, you know. Yeah, the streamers are gonna get it if you charge $200. You know, the people who want like this to be part of their platform or want to make a platform off of this title, they were never not gonna buy it, no matter what Rockstar / parent company does. It's everybody else that I hope they don't drink the Kool-Aid, because I don't care about the game regardless of what happens, but I don't want it to succeed with those conditions. I think it's bad for the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Is there anything else coming out?
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, he's been here. He's far away, so he hasn't been saying much, but
Okay.
I've got my phone across the room from him.
Is the audio going to be bad for me?
No, we hear you in our headphones and stuff. You're jacked right into a microphone.
Sweet.
Yeah, I've got you plugged up with the aux cable into my audio interface, but it's not too bad.
Okay, cool.
Your background noise, we can hear that, but
Yeah, we look like we're on Joe Rogan right now with our headphones on.
Yeah. Nice. You should post a picture like you did when y'all did that saying comment with Seth wearing a stupid hat.
Yeah, with the helmet on.
Call it, what was it? Joe Rogan is called, is it like Joe Rogan Experience or something?
the Joe
Yeah.
Rogan Experience.
Podcast?
Yep.
The Commoner's Experience, and they just take a picture and put the headphones on.
Speaking of that, have you seen what these videos that they're making for
AJ's
ads?
back on this.
Oh yeah,
Did I say this before?
Where they pretend they're talking like on a
God,
podcast.
it's worse than that now.
It's
It's not
AI.
even faking podcast. Yeah, they're taking AI Joe Rogan voice and overlaying it
Oh,
where
yes.
his mouth is real close to the microphone.
Yep.
You can't tell what he's actually saying, and they're saying stuff about this $$6,400 government
Yeah.
check.
Same
that's-
with Andrew
what-
Tate. AI
Yeah,
Andrew
they do
Tate.
it with everybody. They do it with Donald
If you
Trump.
don't know about the $6,400 thing,
Yeah.
you're being scammed by the government.
Yeah, and they've got this AI voice.
It sounds just like them.
People say that, but I can tell it's not. Now. The cadence is wrong.
The cadence is wrong, but it
Thanks
does
to
sound
the
like them.
Advances with AI and their AI cloning that they have now with like the voice cloning, it's crazy what they can do with it.
Yeah, deep fakes are going to become a real problem.
Yeah.
We could. I've seen a D&D game on YouTube where it's Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Joe Rogan all playing Dungeons and
Yeah.
Dragons together, and it's all deep fakes and AIs and stuff.
Yeah, I've heard it where it sounds like they're having a conversation talking about some video game or something. Like they're arguing over a video
There's one
game.
where it's Joe Biden, Trump, and Barack Obama, and they just argue and cuss.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, I've seen
and
that.
it always ends with Joe Biden saying something racist, and it's just hilarious.
Maybe that's what we need to do, Dustin, as creators. Maybe we need to start making fake AI stuff.
Yeah, just
I just
Donald
need to
Trump
figure out-
joins our game.
Where's the AI who'll edit my damn videos for me? So I ain't got to.
It's out there.
How crazy is that? Like, one day AI will be able to take that like our Monday night Dead by Daylight stream and just make a short of us fooling with that Ghostface, playing red light, green light, and just make a short based on that alone.
That was fun.
That was
I
good.
won, by the way.
I think I won.
Are you talking about on the stream that I
remember it
missed?
differently, Seth.
Oh man, I'm sad I missed. I'll
I
have to
think
watch
Tyrell
that
was the
stream.
one who died.
Yeah, I died. He grabbed me. and put
Ghostface
me
got Tyrell. He was
Because
just-
Seth and Malachi both told me about how great that stream was. I missed it.
He 100% killed poor Tyrell.
If I was there, it would have killed me.
He gave us a follow on on Twitter or
Oh,
Twitch?
yeah, that was
Twitch,
Gnome, wasn't
yes.
it? That was the gnome. That was gnome something. Yeah.
yeah. He
God,
just
remember-
texted me randomly at the beginning of the game, like, "Y'all a group? I'm needing to get one hook in the basement. Do you mind helping me out for
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
that was
for Blood
Same
Viper
with us,
Void or
really.
something?"
really annoying guy on the stream last night. Kept telling us we were being ableist. He wouldn't shut up.
His name was the Clueless Gamer.
It was just it was just funny hearing AJ complain like multiple times, and it was like people wouldn't have those complaints. Which, I mean, it's a video game, so that's what
Yeah.
made it so
I did-
funny.
I'll be honest, I didn't catch what you were trying to say either. So when you re-clarified it, it was super funny.
I didn't either.
It was-
I thought he
I'm
was
not
just
gonna
trying to get on my
hear
nerves.
this. Yeah, it's like why is Seth repeating us? And Seth is like, hear this. Oh, 'cause some people can't hear.
You're
Oh,
sick
my
of
gosh.
hearing it. Did you make your Sonic order yet?
No.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
using the app, but I want to say it doesn't work. It didn't work last time I tried, so I'm gonna try.
I hate apps.
I love ordering off the app.
I like going off the app because guess what? It eliminates human error. I don't got to worry about the cashier queuing something in wrong.
Well, they still will mess it up, but
Yeah,
I
they could
understand
still
what you're
bring it.
saying.
They could still bring in the wrong stuff.
Right, but now I know the cook messed it up.
Right.
So I
Yeah,
know exactly who to blame.
that's true.
Anything else you want to say?
Seth's apparently going to end this campaign horribly, and he's going to disappoint all of us. So looking forward to it.
Yep. I'm a disappointer.
Is that what this is about? Seth just being disappointing.
Yeah. Seth, as long as you keep using my ideas, you'll never disappoint anybody. I got you.
Okay.
I'm going to need those magic items. Though,
So
you know what I'm saying?
y'all know how Kyle's like, oh, I'm a god.
Yeah.
Dustin doesn't say it. He just wants me to make him one.
I want all the powers of a god with none of the titles.
The new what I'm calling legendary weapon. He argues it's not legendary.
It's uncommon. It's uncommon. And I'm only upset because we traded a legendary item for it. We traded a legendary
And he
item.
got truly legendary armor at the same time.
Hey, I had nothing to do with that, but it's pretty sick armor.
And now
That
he's
was
wanting all
100%
these.
on Seth.
Now he's wanting all these extra things from a background change. He's being he's making poor Cameron upgrade his armor and weapons even more.
Yeah.
That's also nothing to do with me. I'm just using the system that's in place to make myself more powerful. Okay?
You're a min-maxer. You're a min-maxer,
I'm gonna
sir.
have Cameron working to the bone on my weapon. Wait till he asks. I'm gonna be like, oh, actually, I got this weapon here. And it could be a little sharper. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I know it's uncommon, legendary, uncommon something, but you can make it a little better.
The weapon is awesome. It's just it uses so much action economy, and it just stresses me out. I'm just like, wow, I can do 15 things with my bonus action, and I get one of them.
It probably would have been better for Quincy, but Quincy already had a special shield.
Is it what shield or glaive? I thought he got a.
It's a glaive that turns into a shield and spear.
Oh, okay, yeah, that thing. Okay, I remember now. So, are you getting rid of it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it might be an uncommon item, but he's not getting rid
It's
of it.
as good as a legendary item. I thought.
Well, if Seth makes it +2, it would be.
Well, those hand axes we traded for it, I think that was a great bargain.
Yeah, no one uses hand axes. Those were a cool item.
They were cool.
They were a cool item.
If
I would have invested in Poland, I would 100% have been using them.
Yeah, I wish somebody could have used them.
I actually made a character for Tyrell's game that I got to play one time, and I didn't actually get to do it perfectly because we were too low level. But I made a character based on throwing weapons after that, and I really would have liked him.
Just like close, short range throwing weapons. It was a kobold?
Is that my kobold that I created for y'all's game?
Oh, yeah.
He was
I forgot about
He
that.
was eventually going to throw.
I forgot he was a kobold.
Yeah.
Zoru? Zoru?
Zaru, that was it, yeah. He was cool.
Well, maybe one of these days we'll get back to playing that again. Maybe.
Let me know when.
All right.
Well, Dustin, it's been great having you on the phone.
Yeah, we're gonna try to call Anthony now.
Yeah, get Anthony on here and make sure you interrupt his dinner.
Yeah, we'll try. We'll try. I hope, because he was getting all impatient about us calling him, and now I did call him and he did not answer. So
Yeah. I saw his text. He's like, everything okay? And I was like, I was going to say that, but I was driving.
yeah. All right. Well, enjoy your Sonic, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah.
Well, that was cool.
Yeah, that was good. Old Dustin, what are you doing, Ty?
Oh,
I'm about to call Anthony. Wait, is Anthony ready now?
I asked him. He hasn't responded. He says yep.
Okay. What if it went
Once
to
again,
voicemail?
on the phone.
Hello.
Oh, he answered right
He
away.
finally answered.
What are you doing?
Oh, just about to finish dinner. What's going on, man?
Oh, we did interrupt your dinner then.
That's exactly what Dustin was hoping.
Yeah, Dustin was hoping we were interrupting your dinner because we interrupted his.
Oh well, I guess that makes sense. If you
All's
can't,
fair in love and D&D.
If you can't, live to the fullest, then you don't want anybody else to. So.
Okay, well, I got a few questions for you. First of all, do you have anything to say about the campaign?
I'm ready to get started again because I forgot everything.
Yeah, you probably ought to listen to last episode. Last episode was the one where Dexter started playing, and what's his character's name? Edgar? That ain't it.
I don't remember.
Oh my
I don't even remember
goodness!
Dexter starting to play.
I've been. I was just listening to it, and I don't remember.
It cracked me up again how easily y'all brought him in compared to
Corvus.
Corvus.
That was scary.
We don't trust Corvus. Did we trust Orem even that much?
Orin?
Orin?
Yeah, Orin.
Orin.
You been listening to Critical Role?
Not much. I think y'all just tolerated Orin.
Yeah, he was just like, we didn't have any reason to be scared of him at the time. We didn't know that he was stealing stuff from me. So we just, he also got kind of thrust into our midst because he went to the academy with us.
Yeah. And, I think also we as the players, we were all cautious of him, but the player characters couldn't be because there was no ground.
Right. Well, and then also it was the deal with Corvus was, had we not been in enemy territory in deep undercover and him start talking into our brains, that was it. If we had been in, at the nest and he came to the door and he said, "Hello, I'm Corvus. I'd like to talk with you," it would have been completely different.
Yeah.
We get here
Just
knowing
like, hey,
that
I'm
these
talking
people
to your
are.
brain, so you have to accept me.
Yeah, exactly. And then people were saying we were just giving him grief because
I know every time I hear voices in my brain, I accept them.
people were acting like we were just giving him grief because he took Thren away, but that wasn't the case. It was because
that was a fun reveal, though. That was a fun night for a reveal.
Oh yeah, I had no idea. I did not expect that whatsoever.
Yeah.
So anyway, last
nothing on the
episode,
campaign because you don't remember it.
We went down in the tunnels last time.
We went what?
We went down into those tunnels underneath the orphanage.
Yeah.
And we got confronted by some people down there. Well, we confronted some people.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to listen to it because this is all news to me.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well,
how's the map coming along, Tate? You building a new map for us?
You got a map for
you got a
I
map?
haven't done a single thing, man. With moving and then
Oh yeah, I forgot you moved.
Christmas. This was the first Christmas we had in a while where we actually decorated. So it was.
Oh wow.
It was. Yeah.
Well, I forgot you moved. You got any other common life stuff going on?
Having a 2.5-year-old is a new adventure every day.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure Seth can.
I was at Children's Hospital today at the ER with my 6-month-old.
I saw that, man. That's crazy. And there's nothing that they could do?
Nope.
Sorry, I know this is really, this is super common life, super personal common life.
Nope. My wife already called and talked about how she's a million times better from just visiting the doctor and having her nose sucked out without medication given, so.
That's awesome.
Sometimes you got so much snot up in your nose, you just can't do anything,
You need a high-powered vacuum.
Yeah.
And that's what they used.
Yeah, sometimes I just need to run a shop vac up my nose.
Yeah.
I
like to use a water pick.
Ew. Oh gosh, that'd be awful. Well, since you don't have anything about the campaign, I've got a top 3 for us.
Okay.
That I'd like for you to take part in because I felt like you would be more suited to answer this than Dustin.
Oh, great.
I wanted your opinion. So nobody knows what the top 3 is, and we can go in whatever order. But I want top 3 convenience stores / truck stops, and you can have an honorable mention if you have a hard time deciding. But I want a top 3.
Arkansas only,
Okay,
or
I
like
think my stuff-
like United States?
No, nationwide, because I do have one that's not in Arkansas
so
much.
You're talking about what's top 3 right now.
For you,
Just
like in
top
your
10.
personal opinion, like
Okay, my personal opinion, number 1, absolutely starting out with the top
Okay,
dog.
okay.
Pilot.
Okay, it's respectable.
Okay, Pilot. I remember going on a trip with my mom's husband at the time. We went up to Des Moines, Iowa, and then went to South Carolina, I think, North Carolina. We went to North Carolina, and then we came back home on one trip. And Pilot was the place to be.
It's a good stop.
Yeah, and you can find everything you need in there for a long road trip, for like a 2-week long road trip.
Is the I mean, I hate to ask this because I'll elaborate more later, but like pricing at Pilot, like, are we looking at high range or are we looking low range?
I was like 11, so that wasn't
Okay,
even a thing.
so you haven't been to a Pilot since you were 11?
Yeah.
And can you also
Just for nostalgia's sake, it's number 1.
No, I respect that. And also, can you elaborate on the Pilot / Flying J situation? Because what's the difference? And is it always a Pilot
Y'all
and
are having
Flying
a conversation. I don't even know what y'all talking about.
J? Is it always a Pilot and a Flying J, or is there a Flying J separate from a Pilot?
That
He remembers it from when he was 11, AJ.
yeah. Let me get into the business plan of Pilot.
I think maybe like Pilot is maybe like the truck stop, and then Flying J is like a convenience store, and they're together, or vice versa. Could be Flying J.
J's are just like like little rinky-dink.
Or it could be the other way. Maybe Flying J is a truck stop, and Pilot is like the convenience store.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I think I have seen Pilots that aren't Flying J's. Yeah.
I mean, I think I can't remember this place that we went to, but I'm pretty sure at the time. Like I said, this is going on. Let's see. I'm about to be 32.
This is worse than the Waters.
What? This is a hot take.
21 years ago,
and you haven't been to a Pilot since. I don't. There is not an establishment that I've only been to one time 20 years ago and never been back. Like, there's no way.
No way would that be a number 1 on a list.
Yeah, I can't believe it's number 1 for a place you visited one time. This isn't.
It was because of the great need that I had for it. Okay.
Well, it was kind of a shining beacon at the time.
Yeah, it was. Here's the situation. Okay, I'm gonna get into a story time here.
Okay, I figured that would happen.
So like. We're sitting here. We're in this sleeper cab truck, okay, and I'm having to split it with this 6'4" giant of a man who is driving 12, 14 hours a day, whatever the limit was. I can't remember. But anyways, the only thing that I could bring with me, he had a small little TV in there, like I'm talking rinky dink, like this is the old school TV. Yeah. Had a VCR built into it.
Yeah.
I brought my Super Nintendo with me.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I couldn't play it.
That's not
because
awesome.
I didn't have a converter, that like
like a switch box
to be plugged into a cigarette lighter or a 12 volt.
Oh, okay, like yeah.
So I was just like sitting here like I guess I'll look at these cows as we're driving up to Iowa. That's fun. We stopped at a Pilot, and he found one and bought it for me, and I spent the rest of the trip down back there.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. If that's excusable now about the Pilot.
Okay, so if that one was 21 years ago, let's hear about your number 2 from 23 years ago.
Let's get a number 2.
No, number 2 happened a year ago. No, I don't know. My number 2, truck stops.
Or convenience store. I mean, you could go like 7-Eleven.
Okay. All right. Number 2. 100%. They've been exploding around my town here recently. But
we all know it. Oh, okay.
Okay, I was gonna say, can I guess? I knew it was gonna be Casey's General.
I was gonna say DG.
Yeah, because they're blowing up all around us, and for the most part, I'd say, I mean, they got all kinds of good stuff in there.
No, I'm with you.
Packs in a fridge.
Yeah.
for your convenience.
Yeah, and they're always just clean, nice, food's good. Yeah, I'm with you.
Absolutely.
I'm with you on
100%.
that.
Yeah.
I think I copped them one time on a
Oh,
on a Satan Common. I think it was Casey's General Store was my cop or cancel. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, okay. Awesome. And then number 3. Dang. All right, now we're getting down into the deep cuts.
I think Pilot was a deep cut from 20 years ago.
Let me think about this.
Are you drinking sweet tea?
No, I don't have any kind of sweet drinks in my house that I want to even touch.
So it's just water.
There's grape juice, there's apple juice, and there's some sort of lemonade sugar water mix. I'm drinking water.
Oh, okay, that's a good choice.
It's a terrible choice.
Are you going to give me a number 3 or what?
go.
I'm thinking. I'm stalling for time. Leave me alone. Ah, man. Murphy's. I'm going to go with Murphy's.
AJ's visibly upset.
Okay, can you give me a reason why?
5 cents cheaper.
Yeah, they're watered down Walmart gas.
Okay, first off, it ain't watered down. Second off, I have saved I don't know, so much money. I get 10 cents off every time I go over there.
I'll go an extra 10 miles to
10
get to the
cents
Murphy's. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you make that back with your bad fuel mileage you get on that fuel.
Oh man.
But it's because they have a contract with Walmart. Like if you were driving on a long road trip and there's a Murphy on one side of the road and there's a Casey's General Store on the other side of the road and the gas is the same price, you're not going to that Murphy.
Well, that's why it's number 3 and not number 2.
Wait. Before you say that.
Tate, you already put Casey's higher, so you should. If they're the same price, you're going to Casey's.
I don't know.
Don't argue for arguing's sake.
What side of the road?
Hey, that's fair.
That's true. Is this a 4-lane road?
Interstate. I'm not getting off a exit ramp to get back on an exit ramp. To
go to Murphy.
Yeah.
Or Casey's. Yeah, that's a good point. I agree. They do.
Do you drive a lot?
Murphy's does have they have good prices on slushies.
Do you have a 3
downfall, the reason why they're second to Casey's is the Murphy's that I always go into, they never there's no food in there. You only buy like Gardettos or beef jerky or whatever.
Yeah, you're just going there for gas.
Yeah, it's pretty much a gas stop. Yeah.
Gas. It's a gas stop, that's it.
All right, Ty, what do you got?
I don't know. I mean, most Dustin did the same exact thing.
Yeah, Dustin said that too. He said, "Oh, Tyrell, welcome to Satan Common."
I don't know. As far as gas stations and stuff like that go, most of the ones that I've been in are not very good. Like as far as like clean or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I agree with Casey's. I like that. Store. It's usually.
How do you rank it?
Would that be your number 3 or
Probably
is that your number
2.
1? 2? Okay.
I'd say
Casey's
2.
a good 2-hole.
Okay.
As far as like convenience stores go, I'd say Dollar General, I guess.
Is your what?
We're gonna say Dollar General is a convenience store?
Absolutely.
They don't. Well, some of them have gas now, actually.
You said truck stop or convenience store.
I mean, like a corner store.
Oh, you mean like one that has gas?
Oh, Dollar General is going to be my number 2.
No, that's like a
that's a convenience store.
It's almost like in the. No, it's not. It's almost like a grocery store.
They built it in.
Well, they don't have
these
like
small towns because it's
produce
convenient.
and stuff. Though.
Yeah.
Is its own thing.
Listen, a convenience store is not the same thing as a convenient store. That's not the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's looking at.
I'm just asking: is Dollar General a convenience?
A convenience store like has gas and soft drinks and.
Yeah, everything there for you.
You can go to Dollar General and get home goods.
Dollar General is there so that all these people in these small towns who maybe don't want to spend all the gas money to go to Walmart.
Yeah.
Or, and this is not singling these people out because I look down on them, but there's a lot more EBT options for groceries in a small town if you put a Dollar General in there.
That is true.
Apparently, it's considered a discount retailer.
It's considered a discount retailer. That is what Seth just said. Yeah, Dollar General is not a convenience store.
Retail.
So what else you got, Ty, then? You got anything else? I mean, you can say the country store if you want to.
That's stupid.
Why?
If you're like,
I mean, it does meet all the, I guess,
it's a convenience store.
Stuff that would make it a convenience store.
Or Jerry's Place, either one.
Yeah, no.
Not Jerry's Place?
I prefer Jerry's Place now. I used to
for breakfast, definitely.
For pizza, no, though. For pizza,
no,
you
pizza
go to
is definitely a country store.
I don't know any more of the country stores. Pizza's kind of.
Wait, listen. If you guys are gonna start ranking the country store in there, I think there's some parts of it you have to cut out. Okay, you have to cut out the bank, and you have to cut out the retail part of it. We're talking about.
It's grocery. It's grocery. It's not retail.
It's as retail as Dollar General. It's got a whole
But it does have gas.
store.
Yeah, but like
You
Dollar
deliver
General
bread
has
there.
electronics.
You
and,
deliver bread there.
yeah, but it's more grocery. It's maybe not a convenience store, but it's got groceries. I wouldn't say it's like.
I would put groceries under the umbrella of
discount
retail.
store. Yeah,
You hear me?
I mean it is. I agree with that. It's under the umbrella of retail.
So, what's
grocery.
your 1, 2, 3?
Like I said, Casey's, I put it like a 2. I don't know. I don't really go too many places.
Okay, fine, Tyrell.
I don't
Yeah, just be obstinate.
I feel about the same as Tyrell. This is not. I don't drive much, but
Really?
I definitely
I thought this
have
was
a
gonna-
3, and I am going to take as long to talk about it as
I
Tate
thought
did.
this was going to be a great top 3.
I have it. I have an
Okay,
answer.
I
have
know,
an
but
answer.
I'm surprised.
3. I'm sticking with Casey's. I like Casey's for
I'm
number
surprised
3.
you guys. You're absolutely just crapping on this whole ranking.
2, I am staying strong, and even though it's considered a discount retailer, I'm Dollar General. I'm going to Murphy's for my gas, and then I'm going to go get my snacks at Dollar General. I'll make 2 stops.
Is Murphy your number 1?
No, absolutely
Well,
not.
here's the thing: if I'm at Murphy's getting gas and I have to get some like short-term groceries, nothing. I'm just gonna walk into Walmart because it's 100 feet away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
no.
true.
Okay. No, if you're on a road trip though, you're not going to Walmart. You're going to Dollar General.
You're right.
No. If I'm on a
Yeah.
road trip, I'm staying out of any Dollar General
Why?
because I'm comfortable enough with my Dollar General. I'm not comfortable with other people's Dollar
Oh,
Generals. They're wild.
yeah, I'm just saying, like, but if you're,
Hey, they're
if you
all
know
they're
you're
popping
going on
up
a
so
road
much
trip,
now that they're all
Every-
getting to be nice.
Like,
every
you're going
time-
to your local Dollar General for road trip snacks. Like, that's the best
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah, you start your road trip at your Dollar
Yeah,
General.
at your own Dollar General.
So
then you
yes,
go.
that is my number 2.
Okay.
Dollar General's my
Okay,
number
you know
2.
what? Whatever. Sure.
All right, that's fair.
Give us
That's
your number
fair.
1.
My number 1, I've never stepped foot in. Never been there.
Boy, this is bad.
But I have seen some amazing videos on YouTube about some Buc-ee's.
He's saying
Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's. Oh, he's a sellout.
I've never even heard of it.
He's never
It's
even
a Texas
been there.
thing. I've never been there, but when
not just
when
a Texas
Buc-ee's
thing.
can sell smoked meat brisket,
Yeah, they have
that
brisket
is
there.
like good enough that brisket people are like, you need to go buy Buc-ee's and get a brisket. It's a good place. Yep, Buc-ee's my
Because it's
number
from
1.
Texas. Okay, any
Everything's
kind of
better in
smoked
Texas.
Piece of cow that you get.
So yeah,
in Texas.
Buc-ee's, Dollar General, Casey's, done.
I can't believe that. I can't believe Anthony's got the best list so far.
Yeah, you guys are in
Hey,
trouble.
listen.
You drive the most of all of us,
Yeah.
and then Tate, and then probably Tyrell, and then me.
I just knew Anthony would have. I knew he would have like an opinion.
A controversial opinion.
Not even controversial.
I drive a lot, but it's just back and forth to work.
Yeah, there's not like big chain convenience stores here unless you go to
AJ's
town.
going to have a story about a convenience store when him and Hans went up to Colorado or something.
No, I don't actually. So,
No, New York.
listen. Here's the 3 hole. Okay, no, I definitely wouldn't take a convenience store off.
Here's the
East
official
Coast.
3 of the podcast.
Here's the 3.
Here's
What
the
was
official
what was it
take
going to be? Oh yeah, 3.
D&D.
3. I'm taking Pilot/Flying J.
Okay. Solid.
You've got them up there in the truck stop category, where you've pretty much the main competition you've got is Love's, and I think Love's is a complete disgrace.
Love's is a funny name, though. I almost put it on my list at number 3 just because of that name.
I agree with that.
Love's, everything's extremely expensive for no reason, because usually it's like like you've got a lot of foot traffic, a lot of business through there. There's no sense in driving the prices up at a multi-million-dollar conglomerate such as Love's.
And the thing is, every time I pass a Love's, they've got the highest gas prices.
Well, see, I've been getting gas in Morrilton on my way to Tulsa, and they always have the cheapest there at the Love's in Morrilton. But I like a Pilot / Flying J better. I love, which this is true for Love's too, but when it's late at night, you're on the road, you need to stop, whether it be for the bathroom, you need something to drink, you need gas, and you see that tall, shining gas price sign, in the distance, knowing that it's coming up on the exit. I just love that about a truck stop, and I got to give Pilot the 3 slot there. Going to number 2, we've all had them on the list. I'm going to take Casey's at the number 2. Good deals on stuff. They're always, I've talked about it before, they're always running like a, buy 2, get 1 free on energy drinks, stuff like that. I think I before said one of the cons of Casey's General Store was the donuts. They look great, not very good. I said they're not very sweet. The glaze on them isn't good. Shortly thereafter that, maybe because of me, I don't know. Maybe they listened to the podcast.
9,500 people listening to us.
Yeah. I don't know. I may have moved the line on the donuts because they are great now, and I've had them a couple times recently.
If you disliked them, why did you try them again?
Well, I didn't. It's not that I disliked it. I just thought it missed the mark. It's like
you always hold up an honest standard of where you think things should be, but you always have hope for the future. That's why he tried.
I mean, it's not like you wouldn't go to a fast food place that isn't your favorite one every time. If you're in the Casey's, or if that's what's around and you're wanting a donut, it wasn't so bad that I wouldn't eat it.
Good every single time.
Yeah, and they're decent, but now I would put them up there. I'm way above decent in the high. I'd give them like probably a 7.5 out of 10 on the donut scale. Very good donut, and then also usually a very clean facility, which they're all usually new, so maybe that's why. But they're usually well kept. The employees are very friendly. Prices are good. Hot food is good. Breakfast, like it. You can't go wrong with Casey's. But what you really can't go wrong with, in the number 1 slot, and I'm stepping out into the west of Arkansas here because I don't even know that we have any, is Quick Trip, a.k.a. QT.
QT.
Anybody know anything about Quick Trip besides me?
Up in Missouri, they have them.
I've seen them. But
they've got them in Missouri.
The ones up there in Missouri that are like up against the Mississippi River, nothing fancy. To me,
Oh, you don't like them?
I'm not saying I hate them. I'm just saying every time I look into one, it looks like somebody just rolled their muddy tractor through it.
So you've never actually been to one?
No, I have. I'm telling
Oh,
you.
okay.
Every
Well,
time I go, they look a little worse for wear.
okay, well, maybe the ones in Missouri are different, but usually the ones that I go to are in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, which is a very upper middle class, kind of very clean town. And they have a QT on about every block. They're everywhere inside Broken Arrow and Tulsa. And it's just exceptional. Their soft drink section is unbelievable. It's huge. They also have, in the bigger ones, they have on one side, they have like soft drinks and like slushies of every flavor you could possibly imagine. And then on the opposite side of the store, they have like a whole tea and coffee bar, cold brew, all kinds of stuff that's all like in-house, fresh stuff. Really good. All extremely cheap. You can get a coffee there for like less than $2. And just a plain black coffee, you probably get less than $1. You can get a large, this is what I get all the time when I go in there. They have their own energy drink, their own brand of energy drink called Rooster Booster. And they've got a size of cup called the Big Q. It's like right in between a large and an extra large. I get a Big Q Rooster Booster, and it is so good. I don't really know what
I have an honorable mention.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Come and Go.
Come and Go is a good store. I do respect
Solid.
that. I do
Solid
respect
store.
Roadrunner and Heber, because of the milkshake machine that they have.
that. Yeah, Roadrunners have that. What is that called?
It's just I've never seen another one ever. But I
For
love that
real?
little
Is it called For
milkshake
No,
thing.
not For Real. Frill, yeah, Frill.
It's nice.
Yeah, they have one at the Flash Market in Southside.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a particular.
I think you can just order that milkshake thing and have it in your house if you wanted.
Really?
Yeah, I've looked at it.
Okay,
It's
that's
like
just a machine.
$6,000.
Okay, well, I didn't finish my Big Q. You can get a Big Q Rooster Booster for like $1.29. All the soft drinks are below $2. It's just an insane
really
deal.
Great if energy drinks appeal to you, you know.
And they also have like a lot of places, you know, you go to a convenience store to get like a bottled water. They don't have cheap bottled water. All you can get is like a name brand, like a Life Water or Smart Water, something like that. No, at QT they always have Ozarka sitting up there or Nestle for like $1. It's great.
Oh, cool.
If energy drinks don't appeal to you, you probably shouldn't have a list of top 3 gas station stops.
You know, that's
I don't think I like
the transitive property does take place.
I'm agreeing with you. I don't have a very good list, and I don't care about energy drinks. So I was putting myself in this.
Well, Anthony doesn't care about energy drinks either, and he had a good list that seemed well thought out. Even though I put him on the spot, he just took right off. Like he didn't have time to think about it. I was going to let him have time to think.
A true BSer.
Hey, he jumped in there and said number. I'm going to go ahead with number 1 and say Pilot that I went to one time.
Yeah. Dude, it was like at the time when we pulled up to it, I'm pretty sure my stepdad said it was the largest truck stop in the world.
Wow.
And it could have been the largest truck stop in, I don't know, Indiana, and I would have believed him. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's Buc-ee's now, though, right? Buc-ee's is the biggest.
It's gotta be.
Buc-ee's is huge. They've got several Buc-ee's now.
So what's the hate for
they're
Buc-ee's?
pumping out more gas than.
It's a TikTok fad. I hate fads. I hate trends.
Well, there's just a nice gas station. That's why it became a trend.
It's a
Because people
tourist
are like,
trap.
Now he hates them.
Huh?
It's a tourist trap is all it is.
They have good prices for stuff.
Yeah, but it's
How
like
do you know? How do you know? Have you been
YouTube.
the same people go to Buc-ee's that go to Branson. It's the same thing.
Yeah, well, here's
What's
the
wrong
thing
with
about
Branson?
and checking the prices.
What's wrong with
to see that
Branson?
They're good.
My
You
mom
don't know
bought
what
us
the market's
tickets for
like where
Branson
they're
this
at.
year. Silver City tickets.
They could be bumping prices up by 30% than the stores all around them.
Yeah, it's true.
You're just looking at a microcosm of the economy in.
All right, hang up on
wherever-
it.
All right, Anthony, you got any closing remarks?
Who you voting for in 2024?
I'm thinking about committing a few felonies, so I can't vote.
I hear Joe Biden's got your back on that.
No, don't worry. Commit all the felonies you want.
You'll still get to vote.
Yeah. I don't think I have any closing remarks. I think,
Well, you still going to be able to play on the 20th?
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
Okay. We never worried about you. You usually show up.
Usually.
There was that one time you were working on a roof or something and you never showed up. But that's really
I
been the
haven't
only
forgiven you for
time.
On a roof.
You were working on a roof. Yep.
Whose roof?
Possibly your grandma's?
I think.
Oh, dude, that was years ago. What the crap?
Yeah, that was a long time
We've
ago.
been playing that long?
Yeah.
Was that that was podcast time, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, it sure was.
It was
Yeah,
like, yeah, we think Tate's coming. Nope, Tate's not coming.
Tate
He's
never
working
showed
on a
up.
roof.
Well, you did show up. It was just after the game was over. I don't know why you even came.
I don't know. I can't. I can't.
You just didn't want to miss out entirely.
Yeah, I think that's probably it. Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to let you go, and we're going to finish the podcast, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Hey, everybody, take care.
Yeah, thanks for stopping
Look
by.
forward to listening or playing again and listening to me play again, you know? I'm looking forward to listening to me play again.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Bye. He doesn't even know why I'm laughing. And you didn't even know what he was saying.
No.
Seth took his headphones off well before the call was over. Oh, almost forgot we were on a podcast there for a minute. We're still on it? We're still rolling?
Hopefully that's all those phone segments actually went to the computer.
They did. Oh,
Yeah.
That's all right. Boy, that would be really bad if it didn't. It's just us going, yeah, oh, yeah.
Just leave it in. Just leave it in.
All right, what else we got to talk about? Anything?
You want me to do a movie minute?
Well, I want to do on console.
Oh, okay. What do you got? You loved the Evil West game that much?
No. Seth did watch me play that for like 2 minutes right before Tyrell got here. Looked all right. I'll be putting some more time in on that. But no, I actually had planned for this because I thought we were going to do Satan Common a lot sooner. I had that in my mind. But anyway, I have EA Play because EA is pretty much the only one right now making racing games, period. And I've got some of the Need for Speed games on there. And Need for Speed Unbound came out. I didn't think I wanted to play it because it's got like, just didn't look great. When they made the trailers for it, they like put like this anime stuff into it. Like the characters look animated, but the cars look real. But then the car has like animations around it that are like cartoony. Like when you peel out, it like blows smoke.
Yeah, like the cartoony smoke.
Yeah, it's cartoony smoke. Your car, like when you go off like a jump, it sprouts wings out of it. Like they just look like they're drawn on. I thought it looked kind of cool.
Fortnite. It's trying to be Fortnite.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, trying to appeal to the younger generation a little bit. Which brings me to, it's not, like, racing games used to be pretty clean. They're not making them clean now. Like, the music in them, they used to always have the clean versions of songs. There are so many cuss words in the music. It's like, you'd think you'd get a racing game for your 12-year-old and go, oh, well, you know, maybe there's, like, some mild violence and stuff. No, it's not GTA. But you can't, the lyrics are so bad in the music, like, you wouldn't want your kid playing that. But, so I got it for free because I have EA Play. So I was like, yeah, I'll try it. And immediately I liked it. I mean, the racing mechanics and everything I think are good. They're a little bit different than they've been in the past. But they're pretty good. And there's a lot of deep car customization. You can get into like some builds and stuff. Optimizing builds, which is kind of cool because in the past, especially since I've been playing racing games a lot, back in the day when I was playing on PS2 and stuff, it was all just...
There's one optimization.
Yeah, you like just upgrade to the top, that's all you do. And now it's like you can swap motors and use these parts. It's pretty neat. But I was disappointed in it after playing the story because the story was, first of all, terrible. Not a good plot. Voice acting is bad. The character that you play, you can play as a man or a woman. I played as the man. And his voice is extremely annoying. And the dialogue is awful. It is so bad. Because most of the story, there's not a whole lot of cutscenes. There are some. But most of the story is like you're driving down the road and somebody calls you on the phone. And your character has a conversation with somebody. And it was really bad. Like, just bad acting. And I didn't like the plot. I didn't like the characters. And it seemed really short. The way it goes is like you're prepping for this big race to win your car back or whatever, and it goes by weeks, and you play in the daytime, and then you can play in the evening time, and you play a certain amount of races through the day, but you don't even have to ever get the cops on you. It's just if you win a race, your heat goes up, and then the cops are looking for you, and everybody online is saying
because it's illegal racing.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you didn't even have to drive past a cop. It's just they're looking for you.
They just found out there's an illegal race and they don't like it.
Exactly.
Not in my town.
Apparently they found out it's an illegal race and they found out that you were somehow involved.
Yeah.
We're going to chase the fastest guy.
Yeah, and it's because you won. So if you win, your heat goes up. So then it's like, well, you don't want to have, like heat goes from 1 to 5. Well, if you race during the daytime and you win 3 races, you might be at heat 2. And then you go out in the night, you can barely even get to a race before you've got cops on you. Then if you win another 1 or 2 races, you'll be at heat 4 or 5, and you can't hide. There's nowhere to go. And people online were saying these are the worst cops ever in any racing game. They're just everywhere, and you'll finally be escaping, and then one will spawn in front of you, and you have nowhere to go.
That's like Red Dead Redemption, actually.
Really?
It's impossible to get away from when you have high wanted levels. Like, they just spawn in front of you.
Yeah, I hate that. It's so unbalanced, unfair. And then also, you can race all night and have like $120,000 won, and then if they bust you, you lose all of it and you start over. So through the story, you have like 4 weeks that you race, but you can't do unlimited races because your heat gets so high. So you race in the day and the night of each day, and then when you go to the garage for the night, it ends the day, and you go to the next day. And you're like constantly having to try to upgrade your vehicle to get it to a certain place before the end of the day. And it's kind of stressful. You can't always do it. I think I had to play the last week, You can replay the whole week. I had to replay the whole week because I didn't get my car upgraded enough to be in the big final race. But seemed really short. Didn't like the plot, and but then I played online, and the online is extremely fun. Even though when you play racing games online, there's idiots, and when you're playing other games online, and there's always idiots.
Yeah, there's always idiots.
But it doesn't seem to. Sometimes it can be frustrating when you're racing, and there's people that will. Like, you'll be in front of them, and you'll slow down for a corner, and as you turn, they hit you full speed broadside, send you off the track, and you have to reset, and they make the turn.
Yeah.
And they do it on purpose.
Yeah,
they just
because
slam into you.
Yeah. Smart players.
Yeah.
Back whenever Red Dead Redemption 2 came out for the first time, I played that online for like a little while, back when it first came out. That game was so bad for griefers. You would go out in the woods. This is the way I was making a living in that game, was going out in the woods, killing animals, skinning them, take their pelts and bringing them back into town and selling them to like the meat guy there. Well, I'd go out there and I'd come back and there'd always be people hanging around that dude for some reason, and they would shoot you, take your stuff and sell it to him. And then just
Well, that's how they were making a living.
Yeah. It was so dumb though.
Robbers. You just had to get there and just start shooting.
It's like real life. I don't know what you're complaining about. You should have joined them.
God.
Wait for them to kill someone and then you kill that person. Then you're a bounty hunter.
That right there made me like not want to play the multiplayer. There was one time me and one of my friends were fishing in a pond, and there was this random dude that just came out of nowhere from
Don't get
behind
me
us.
started on fishing in games.
Shot me in the back of the head for no reason. I was just minding my own business fishing, and they shot me in the back of the head. Well, then my buddy there, he starts shooting at the guy. The guy rides over the hill and gets away. It just disappears. Just shot me in the back of the head.
Do you like permadie? Like, how does that work online?
No, you respawn. It's just like, I forgot. I think you lose like money or something like that when you respawn.
Yeah, GTA. Yeah.
Yeah, GTA.
Yeah.
Speaking of, seemed like there was something else I was going to say about. No, I think I covered everything on.
I mean, you're complaining about an EA game, which is funny because like
a lot of people are complaining.
Everyone
about
hates EA. Yeah.
Yeah, EA is not a very good game.
What's the deal? I just see a lot of people online saying
they're just
stuff about
stealing
not
people's money.
listening to people.
Yeah, they're only in it to sell expensive games
They
and then
did the
monetize their games. And do you have the option to buy skins for your cars on that game? Or something?
I'm sure there is. I've
Yeah.
never even been in the store.
Yeah, that's EA.
Yeah. The Battlefront 2, whenever it first released, I think you had if you were going to unlock everything in the game, I think you had to spend over 2,000 hours playing the game in order to unlock everything in that game. But you could easily buy your way through the game though, and unlock all these special classes and weapons and stuff for your characters.
That's EA. And that's what I was kind of talking about when Dustin was talking about what his thing is people have turned on EA. Like, people don't support EA.
Well, maybe I shouldn't be giving them $4.99 a month. I just want to play a racing game.
And Rockstar's company, too. That's another thing. They're the ones pushing that, what is it, a monetized, on top of paying for PlayStation Plus or whatever, you're paying for subscription.
Rockstar Plus now?
Yeah, like a subscription fee to Rockstar as well now.
Just to be able to play their games at all?
Ubi's been doing that for
Online.
years. Ubi's been doing that for
There's
years.
Ubisoft Plus.
Yeah.
But
there is Ubisoft
you don't
Plus.
have to have Ubisoft Plus
No,
just to play the game.
Right.
That's what I'm wondering about.
And
the
you can even
GTA.
play multiplayer without it, too. Because I played Wildlands and I played Breakpoint both for the longest time.
Well, the EA Play is just access to a game library for $5 a month, and they're adding to it. And it's also they have all the sports games, FIFA and Madden and all those, and you can play them for free.
I miss NBA Live. I was
just thinking about that the other day.
The 2Ks replaced the NBA Live.
They did. NBA Live was gone.
NBA Live was way better.
I agree. Back in the day, it was. I had 2K2. I remember one of my friends had 2K3, and it was good. But we had NBA Live 03. I had it for the PS1, and it was great.
Mm-hmm. The difference was the NBA Live, you played teams, and then the 2Ks
you play one player.
player.
I don't like that.
And I don't like the
played a
one player.
sports
It's
game
so
in a long
rough.
time.
It's not fluid. It's like playing Demon Hunters or Demon.
Oh,
Souls
yeah, the
and
way
stuff.
they're all.
Yes, I'm going to cross over, and then you're out of bounds way over here because you
that's
try
the same problem I have.
Yeah.
I want to shoot it, and they lob it from half court. Yeah, I hate that.
Yep.
I'll tell you a game that I'm excited for.
Football's okay. Basketball's rough.
That I've seen that's coming out. Have you guys seen the trailer for Dragon's Dogma 2?
Nope.
I saw that on PlayStation the other day. I didn't look at it, but
I think it's coming out in March. I think of this year.
Is it just like a fantasy?
It's kind of like Dark Souls-y ish. Not really. It's a single player game. I think. I don't think it's gonna have any multiplayer at all. But it's also got like was it Shadow of the Colossus kind of style fights for bosses and stuff too. So you can like climb on the bosses and stab them and stuff.
Oh,
yeah. It looks pretty fun. It's got
I'll
really
watch the
crazy
trailer
graphics.
on that one.
Yeah, it's got really crazy graphics.
Oh yeah. I'm kind of disappointed that like they've got all this ability now, and the PS5 is so powerful and everything, and we're making side scrollers in 8-bit.
It's regressed.
I don't understand
People
what is
have
going
this
on.
weird fascination with the past, nostalgia.
It's fine to have those games, but I would.
Why
like
are
for
we
at
making brand new ones constantly? Yeah.
It just blows my mind. Like I want some good games to come out. What I mean, besides,
Well, you don't pay for them. Spider-Man 2 came out and you didn't buy it, which I've heard that
Well,
was
I
a
will-
big step down actually from Spider-Man 1. So,
Really?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
oh man. Well, I do want to play. I haven't, but there's nothing to buy. Like I was looking last night at new games and pre-orders, like just seeing what was coming out, and I was like, none of this interests me. The Suicide Squad game might be kind of cool, but
Is it finally coming out?
I think it's coming
Lord,
out.
that game. They've been talking about that game for so long now.
But people were kind of underwhelmed.
Gotham
by
Knights sucked. Like,
Yeah, Gotham Knights was bad. Hogwarts, I don't think really took off like I thought it was going to.
I think I've said this before, but like whenever they put games like into a testing phase where you basically are the bug testers for them, I know they have
lazy.
Yeah, it's really lazy.
It's lazy.
It's ridiculous.
What about Starfield? Has anybody?
I haven't
Never
played.
played it.
I
And heard it was buggy. I mean, it's.
I'm sure it is.
I've seen some pretty good stuff about it. And then I've seen a lot of the stuff like what you're talking
And
about.
then I've
bug-wise.
and then like the maps compared to the Mass Effect world maps, like there's really nothing there. Like
Yeah, so this is basically a big empty blank canvas
Yeah.
of rocks.
Yeah.
Is Mass Effect? Do they have good maps? Is that what it's
bad
saying?
maps.
Oh, it's bad.
But
maps.
that's back in PS2, PS3
Right.
land, you know.
Speaking of Rockstar, that was what I was going to say, because Rockstar used to have the Midnight Club series racing games.
Love Midnight
I
Club.
love them so much, and everybody does. If you look online, there are people out there in Unreal Engine making trailers for Midnight Club 5 that's never going to come out and saying, well, maybe it would be like this, and it looks really good. And I'm like, yeah, Rockstar could be doing this, but they're too invested in GTA because it makes
GTA's
too
a
much money.
cash cow.
And I don't blame them for that. And Red Dead's cool, but like two of my favorite Rockstar games of all time are L.A. Noire and Midnight Club, and those are probably never going to be made again, anything like those. And it's really disappointing that we have to go to Need for Speed, because that was not ever my favorite, and I don't like them mechanically. I liked Midnight Club way better.
I've never been into racing games. That's just not.
Man, that's what I grew up playing. I still like to play them, but nobody makes good ones anymore, and they're all. I mean, Unbound has been pretty cool, but just the new style of them appealing to the younger generation for sure, and then a lot of them are just microtransactional games. I just want to unlock stuff.
Have you guys looked at that new update that came out for Skyrim several weeks ago?
No.
Okay, there was a new update. It's like 15 gigs or 12 gigs or something like that for it. So I don't know if it came to... I know it came to PlayStation, but I don't know what all they allowed, because it has like new stuff you can buy. Of course,
Okay.
naturally. So Bethesda's doing this new thing where...
How dare they? How old is that game and you can still spend
11
money on
years
it?
now?
That's
More?
No, it's more than that. I thought it came out in like
12 years
09.
now? Is it 12 now? See, it came out
What
in
year did it come out?
2011.
It was 2011?
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking it was 09.
So it's 12 years now.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah. Anyway. So
What can you buy?
there's 3 items I think now that you can buy officially so far, and they went up on the price since I last looked at it. It's
What
ridiculous.
is it? The DLC?
They're DLC.
So the old DLC.
No.
No, Anniversary Edition has all of it, isn't it?
Yeah, it has all of it and the Creation Club stuff. But here's the thing: the Creation Club stuff allowed you to have your achievements with having mods, basically. Because
Okay.
you buy the Creation Club, or you have the Creation Club with Anniversary Edition. What this is something else. This is a new creation store. What they're doing is they're letting modders create officially approved mods that you pay for in the store. You have to pay for them now.
Because you can't mod on PlayStation, so
Right.
they want you to buy it.
So
But people are
These are
making them for them.
Yeah.
And Bethesda's keeping the money?
No, they're getting 30% of the money that they make off of every time somebody downloads and buys the mod.
But the creator of the mod is making...
Yeah, they're making money every time.
Well, that's good.
That's good. I thought
Every
they were
time.
just robbing
No, that is
them
the
blind.
one good thing that they did, because originally when they made a Creation Club, you made a one-time gig for Bethesda of creating that creation, and they get all the money every time that somebody buys it. Now,
I dislike Todd Howard, and I'm becoming like Bethesda really is not a good company.
no, not anymore. They've gone so far down.
If they decide to be Xbox only, then I guess I just won't play the next Elder Scrolls.
It's going to be. It will be.
All right, that's fine. I don't think I'll miss
It's
it.
going to be, no doubt.
Yeah, because Microsoft bought them.
Yeah.
It's their.
They could. Microsoft would be really dumb not to, because they're going to make so much money off of the PlayStation.
I'm sure they could make a deal with Sony.
Especially if Rockstar makes the precedent $120 for a game. Like, if that becomes the norm, I'm selling my stuff.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Or just keep getting free stuff with the monthly, which, I mean, that's a subscription thing. Whatever, goodness.
Well, I hate that these people that run... Well, these people that want to pay for microtransactions with their mom's credit card, all these little kids playing these games have ruined it for everybody else.
But here, let me tell you about the three things that I saw that they came out with. So one of them is called the Arquebus. It is a gun mod for
Guns
Skyrim.
in Skyrim.
It is lore friendly by Bethesda's official saying. It's lore friendly. Okay. The way they introduce it is through the Dwemer, of course, naturally. If you want to explain anything weird and wacky,
Yeah, it's kind of like
through the
saying,
Dwemer.
oh, it's magic.
Yeah.
Just magic.
It's just magic.
Yeah. So the other thing is like, I think it's called like Forgotten Dungeons or something like that, and it's a bunch of dungeons from ESO that they reintroduce into Skyrim, which that's kind of cool. I thought that was okay, but like you're paying like $7 for a bunch of dungeons with stuff that's basically reused assets into the game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, it's not even new.
What's the
Not
third
even
thing?
new stuff. The other one is actually really cool. It's a East Empire Company expansion, and it gives like the East Empire Company like its own actual faction that you can.
It feels like the East Empire should have been a faction in the first place.
What it does is when you go into a cave and you kill all the stuff in the cave, you can go and place in the boss chest in there, like this artifact thing inside the chest, and that like queues up for a member of the East Empire Company to come in, and they will set up shop in there, and they will send in teams of miners and stuff like that, and they will start mining, like a mining operation and all sorts of stuff like that, and they'll take the loot out and they'll bring it back to a chest that you can gather all of it up
That's
later
cool.
on. Also, you make a cut of all of the stuff
That's
that they're mining
cool.
out of there.
Well, that'd be fun. That'd be a reason to just run
So when you
around
go back
going
to the
bunch of-
thing, you see them in there
Yeah,
working and stuff?
there's no longer enemies in there. It's permanently conquered.
That's actually cool.
Yeah.
So you can, like, if you have an area that you like to be around, you can create shops for
Yeah.
yourself now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
There was some other stuff it did too. I forgot what all it was, but that one right there, I think was like $12 for that one. For that one little mod, and it went up. Like they were increasing the prices since the last time I looked.
Of course they are. Because that's what we do now. Rip off the common man.
I mean, those Creation Club mods, if you want to call them that, the add-ons were expensive enough. Like depending on what you get, like if it's just a weapon mod, it's like $2 or $3, and if it was like a story mod, it was like I don't know, anywhere from like 7 or 8 or whatever to 10 or 15. I think that Saints and Seducers mod was $15.
Well, that's just in the game.
It is now. It wasn't originally.
Oh, okay.
It is when you buy an anniversary edition, you get it for free.
Yeah.
Or sort of. For
I never
free.
completed it. I started that quest, and then it got too strong.
Oh, here's the other thing. Oh, there is another one. There is another mod. It's actually a fully voice-acted follower mod. Completely voice-acted, and I think it was like $4 or $5. And it was...
Can they die?
No. I don't think they're completely immortal. But
That's dumb.
I like that.
They're a thief.
Aren't your normal followers immortal if you don't hit them?
No.
No.
Serana is.
Serana's the only one that's immortal.
I thought Lydia was invulnerable
No,
if you
I've-
didn't
no,
do damage. I thought you had to be the one who finished her. Even with magic or something on accident.
Maybe something like that. Yeah.
I may have by accident one time, but I know I've had Lydia. I know I had her once, and she died, and I think I had her a second time, and she died immediately. Like I couldn't even.
There is actually when you go to
all my followers die immediately.
Those black books in Soulstime, when you go there, There's one of them. It's like one of the first ones you get. I think you can get this one of the perks you can get. It actually makes it where no spells and no shouts do any damage just to forward, like while you have them.
Oh well, that would be handy. Maybe I'm the one killing them. I don't know. I am pretty.
I thought that Lydia was
sporadic.
invulnerable except to you.
No,
Like she could get down.
Yeah, they all
and then
go
if
down.
you do damage, it could finish them.
Serana's the only one that's like completely immune. I think to like any damage completely.
Well, man, I had a great time playing some Dead by Daylight last Monday.
No, it's fine.
I didn't get to play much.
You know what? If you're available when they're playing Dead
I'm
by
not
Daylight,
much.
you can.
Cynthia actually was like, "You haven't been asking to play lately. Thank you."
Yeah, because you've bended to her will. Finally,
I've been into her will. It's just the best way to do. Just happy wife, happy life.
No, that's not how it should be.
Oh.
Happy husband should be a thing too.
Okay.
Do you not agree?
Yeah, but
Don't worry, she can't hear us here.
she won't ever hear us.
She's not going to
This
listen
is
to
the
this.
safe room.
I'm just kidding.
Movie minute. I actually have another one besides the other thing I said. Actually,
There was. Oh, I was gonna say one more on the console thing. Was I think I have canceled PlayStation Plus before, but I'm gonna cancel them again because they made changes to their library. Okay, and they also are going up in price. I think I grandfathered into this year without paying because I'm on the premium one, and it went up from like $119 to $169 is what it's gonna go up to.
I thought that went up a little bit because when I got mine, I got the essential pack.
Yeah.
I thought it went up like $10 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
the lowest level one. How much is the lowest one? 60 or 70?
70 something now.
Yeah, I think it was
'Cause
50.
60 something before.
Oh,
I think.
60?
It's
Okay.
70 something.
Well, then
now.
I don't know. Next year I may not take the top one because they had the Classics catalog. Well, I think they changed a lot of that to streaming. There's still a Classics catalog. It's not very good. And all the games that I had saved off of it all got taken away from me.
that's weird.
I didn't know that until the other day. We were going to do the Borderlands stream, and I got on there because I thought I had deleted it, like I needed to download it, and I got on there to download it, and it was charging me.
Whoa, that's weird.
And there was other games too. There was 2 or 3. I scrolled down through my library, even games that I didn't.
you should have emailed them or something.
I may do it and complain because. But if I didn't have them currently down, well, no, I did. I had I looked and I had Borderlands downloaded. I could once I bought it, I paid $9.99 for it, and then it said play game. I didn't have to download it. or
That's
anything.
ridiculous.
It was still on my PlayStation. So yeah, not only are they going to charge you more, they're going to rip the games out from under you that you saved while you had them in the library. Really not happy about that at all. I texted Dustin. I said, "Is something going on? Is something wrong?" He said he'd check. I forgot to talk to him about it again. But you bought it, didn't you? Cause
yes.
It was because I had premium, was because the Handsome Collection was free.
I bought it. I got the Handsome Collection, and then I got the I got 3 for like $9.
I'm
Yeah,
honest.
that's
I don't
real
want to
nice.
get rid of PlayStation because of Dead by Daylight. But I've bought DLC, so maybe I would have the game. I don't know if I would or not.
Oh, you mean because you got it on a monthly game? I think
It wasn't a monthly game. It was part of their library. So if I quit paying for it, I think I would lose all that because
if you quit paying for an online subscription altogether, which one do you have? Do you just have the lowest one?
I don't know. Probably not. Probably one of the higher ones.
Yeah, if you stop paying for it completely,
But I have bought DLC from.
So maybe
I would have it. I don't know. Because they had sales like on a Black Friday.
Yeah.
And I bought a whole bunch of characters and stuff really cheap.
I bet they're like frozen inside that game, and you'd have to probably
I don't
buy
know.
the game still. But then it would have all your save data.
Yeah, but I would have to buy the game, which would be cheaper than paying a monthly thing, I guess.
It would be cheaper than paying monthly.
But I downloaded some games this month, and Tate's right, probably was a scam.
If you just have you have to have it to play online, don't you?
No.
To play with friends at all?
Well, you just get
You
those
don't even have to have the
catalogs.
low one.
Mm-mm.
What do you get on the low one then? I don't think it has access to anything besides monthly games and maybe trials.
That's it. Yeah.
On
Monthly games.
on the essential one?
Yeah.
Monthly games and trials. That's
Yeah.
all you get on the low one.
Yeah.
So you're paying.
But you get those games forever too. Like I think Dustin has never once failed to save.
He saves all of them. Yeah.
Saves every one of them, even if he's not interested in it.
Well, I thought you had to have a PlayStation Plus plan to play online. Period.
I don't think so.
Oh,
You didn't
okay.
used to.
I knew back in the day they didn't because that's what they had on Xbox.
Because that was what they had better than Xbox.
Yeah,
'Cause you could just
Xbox-
play. I think you can just play. I don't think you have
you
to
know,
have.
Shiro?
I don't know. I
Tate didn't he? He's not paying, and he was playing Hood and stuff with us. He did not pay.
I thought he had
was-
Essential.
Oh, I didn't think he did.
Well, Hood was
Maybe he did.
that was a monthly game. Is why we got
Oh, well, maybe
that.
he did. Okay. I don't think you have to have. Well, you have. I'll Google.
Stand by.
I'm not sure. Yeah, there's just not really a whole lot of games coming out that I've really found
No,
that very
there's nothing
interesting.
exciting coming
No,
out.
you do. Sony
Other
has
than,
required
like I
a
said-
PS Plus subscription for online multiplayer games since 2013.
Yeah. You have to have at least the lowest one.
Anyways, that's what I got. Just the essential.
It was at one point in the past playing online was free.
Yeah,
But they
back in the
changed it.
day.
Okay. So I wasn't completely crazy.
Okay, well, tell me this, Tyrell. Okay, you got Essential. I've looked at the benefits packages before. I don't think there's any point in having the middle one. The middle one, I don't think gives you hardly anything more than the low one.
I think it gives you access to
One of the catalogs.
something. I forgot what it is. It gives
The top one, you get everything.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid, like, if I have the low one, I'm not going to have like access to deals.
I'm
and
in the
stuff.
top one for sure.
If I had internet where I could constantly be dodownloading
I
stuff,
might be
and
getting
whatnot,
fiber soon.
Oh, really?
I think it's past my house. I thought they were digging it, but apparently it's in the telephone poles now.
Oh,
Past
yeah,
my
you
house,
can probably get. Is it the First Electric one, like we have here?
Yelcott.
Yeah. Oh, they do it through Yelcott, then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No,
ours
I'm
is-
Energy. Sorry.
Oh, you're Entergy.
I'm
First
Entergy.
Electric. Okay, so they've got Yelcott is
Out of
putting in the
Mountain
fiber
View.
there.
Yep.
Okay, so First Electric wasn't even a internet provider, but
Mm-hmm.
they got teamed up with this Connect to First people. So the fiber's good. I can play whatever. Yeah, I can download. I downloaded.
So can you stream
that.
even? You can stream games with the fiber?
Yeah, I've played a couple, and yeah,
See,
it worked.
I can't
I tried
on
it with my old internet, and it was kind of laggy.
Yeah, I
but-
couldn't play stuff on there at all.
Yeah,
I tried
you had to have pretty good
I tried to do Sly, Thieves in Time, couldn't do it. Tried to play Arkham Origins, couldn't do it.
Well, yeah,
A lot of those games are
good.
good, but you have
Yeah.
to stream them.
Yeah, I guess maybe it. I don't know why that would be. I guess it takes up less space in their servers or something. Maybe it's dumb. I'd rather just download the game.
Movie Minute?
Move a minute, go for it. Sorry.
Disney Plus. This is I've actually went through and I've listened to all these books. I'm on the last book today of Percy Jackson.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Because they have put y'all seen those atrocious Logan Learman and Daddario. Not Daddario. What is that girl's name?
Yeah, I think you're right.
It is Daddario. Alexandra Daddario.
Yeah.
Those movies were trash. They were horrible.
Oh, I've never seen that.
But the guy Rick Riordan teamed up with Disney Plus, and they're making it's Disney Plus, so of course they made like Annabeth is black now, and Grover's an Indian boy, and Luke is a Chinese kid. Not exaggerating.
Looks like a picture from a college pamphlet.
But other than a little bit of race swapping, like the story is like really good. Like they are changing a little bit, but it's really true to the books, and I'm really enjoying it. Like it's coming out.
I didn't know you were a Percy Jackson.
Loved
fan.
Percy Jackson, and I've been listening to him back on Audible now. I mean, they're
When did
definitely.
you read them before? Fourth
as
grade?
a kid, yeah, yeah.
I never read those.
Probably not in fourth grade. Probably a little older than that. But
Did you? Are
But
you done? Are
no,
you done talking
well-
about that? Go ahead. Sorry.
do you want like that's all I was going to talk about Percy Jackson, but then you want like Yellowstone, the Sheridan, the
Yellowstone.
Sheridan universe. It's expanding. I like it really. I mean, people,
Well, who's Sheridan? That's the
Taylor
director?
Sheridan is the author and director. He was a crappy little actor who was not making it and wrote a screenplay. And
for Yellowstone.
no, I don't think that was his first one. It might have been. I don't remember. But like he got picked up. He's got some big shows out there. I don't know, like Tulsa King with Stallone. That's him. That Jeremy Renner, mayor of something show. That's him. And then he's got Yellowstone, which has got oh goodness, who's John Dutton on that?
Kevin Costner.
Kevin
Yeah,
Costner.
yeah.
And he's really good. That's got 5 seasons. They're making another half season this next fall. I'm excited about that. People on the Reddit really they complain that the show went down. I really enjoy it. And then he also did
It went down. Like, what do you mean?
like
it
down,
got
like the
worse?
first season is really good, and then it just
okay.
his writing fails after a while. And then he has some prequels, 1883, which has Tim McGraw and Faith Hill as the main guy too. Fantastic, favorite. It's only like 8 episodes, but it's really really good, really cool. Like we were talking about, we've talked about the Oregon Trail. This is pretty much the Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
These guys, they're trying to make it to Montana to find their home, and like just the hardships that they go through. And it's just
That's
really
on
cool.
1883.
Yeah, 1883. And then 1923 has Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren, and it's just they're on the ranch that was built in the 1883 show. That is the same ranch that they're in the Yellowstone show. So it's just it's the Dutton family throughout the years.
It's all connected.
It's all connected. That's the Sheridan universe. Yeah, it's all connected.
He's made a multiverse.
He's making a multiverse. Yes, and it's not even a joke. He's making another season of 1923 with Harrison Ford. Just a second season. That show will be done, and then he's making a 1940 something, I think. So it's going to show the Duttons through World War II. And then he's also Matthew McConaughey is set up to take a 2024 Yellowstone show that's about to be made. He's about to make a 4 Sixes. Y'all know about the 4 Sixes? Have y'all heard of that? That is a ranch, a real life ranch in Texas that's just gigantic. Not the biggest, like the biggest cattle ranches like King's Ranch or something. But the 4 Sixes is a real cattle and horse ranch that you can buy meat from the 4 Sixes, and you can buy horses, and it's crazy amounts of money. He bought that. He got so much money from writing and directing and producing these shows that he is
bought
able
that
to
whole
buy
ranch?
a like $230 million ranch. That might be a low ball. It might have been way more than that. But he owns this 4 Sixes like historic ranch of the United States.
He just went ahead and bought the whole thing.
went ahead and bought it. Yeah.
He made that much off of those shows? Oh my god.
And he's got a show coming out about the 4 Sixes. All part of the Sheridan universe. I really enjoyed it. I went through them all. I've not enjoyed. You know how we're always like, I don't enjoy something. I enjoyed those, and I just like went through them really fast because of how much I really liked it.
Does Cynthia watch them too?
No,
just you.
The language was horrible. They cuss a lot. Yeah. That's unfortunate, and there's a little bit of nudity, but I just really I like the cowboy lifestyle. It was really cool. And then I watched a YouTube documentary the other day called Unbranded about these 4 guys. It's kind of old. It's like 6 years old. But these 4 guys got out of college, got some wild Mustangs from the BLM, Bureau of Land Management. Yeah. And trained them up to go from the Mexican border to the Canadian border, and they documented the whole thing, and it was very cool little documentary.
Oh, you'll be coming in here with a cowboy hat on next time.
I've got a cowboy hat at home. I just didn't wear it today. I'm a cowboy now.
Have you been wearing it?
No, I don't wear it. Okay. Got it off Temu.
I can just see you walking through the chicken house with your cowboy hat on.
But no, I really, really enjoyed the Yellowstone show. Okay, that's my movie minute.
Okay. I started watching. I was going to watch the Fast and Furious movies all the way through, and I watched 1 through. What? What's so funny about that?
I just watched the Mission Impossibles through.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I went. I know there's a couple of them that I haven't seen so far. I know I've seen 1 through 5. I had seen all of them. I think maybe I missed 6 or maybe 6 and 7, but I watched 10, I think, on one of the flights coming back from New York, I think, and I was like, I don't know the backstory. Yeah, I was like, who is this guy? So anyway, I was like, I need to watch them all the way through because I started watching them well after they came out. Like the first one I watched was probably 5 or 6 years old then, and we watched them, but then I missed them, and so I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I was like, I'll watch them all the way, and I watched 1 through 5, but then at 6, they're not like I was watching them on Prime, and they're after 5, they're not on Prime, and you have to rent them. So I'd kind of quit watching them, but want to get back in there and watch them.
I wouldn't mind going through those again and watching them. But I did just go through all the Mission Impossibles except for the newest one that came out because I had to rent it.
I don't remember anything about those past.
I will say I think Mission Impossible is better than Daniel Craig's 007.
I completely agree. I've
never watched the Mission Impossible movies.
Oh,
I've
man.
seen, I
They're
think,
good. They're
two.
good.
I think the second one was the only one I watched.
The third one is the one that got me started on them.
Honestly, I think number one's the best. Like, number one's really
I don't
good.
remember 1 and 2. But it's cool because it's always Tom Cruise. Like it's always the same cast.
The newest movies are actually connecting them all the way back to the beginning.
Oh,
Like,
really?
This newest movie, I've not seen it, but I've seen
How many
like,
of them are there? Like 6?
I think either 6 or 7 is this newest one.
Oh,
It was
gosh.
a part 1. There's going to be a part 2 to it, and I think it's done actually. Maybe.
See, they realized they could continue these series and people would keep watching them, and now everybody's doing it, and there's just too many movies.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, we're up
Great
to
superhero
11.
movies, huh?
For
Fast
real?
and Furious. Yeah, I didn't know they're ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I back
The
when
Rock
I was,
breaking a cast off of his arm.
The Rock pushing a freaking torpedo away from them as they're driving across an ice field. What the heck was that about?
Did we go watch one? All of us go together and watch one?
Maybe.
And we said we were going to... I can't remember who went with me, and we said we were going to count how many times Vin Diesel jumped out of a car going 100 miles an hour. Perfectly fine. He just rolls out of a car. He does it all the time, and he's unhurt.
Yeah.
It's like you can't jump out of a car going 45 and not get hurt.
Talking about the Fast and Furious, you know that both The Rock and Vin Diesel kind of had a problem with each other
Yes.
because
Oh, I didn't know.
a lot of it was because of they have similar contracts in these movies where they can't lose fights. It is in their contract that they cannot look weak or lose a fight.
I'm pretty
But
sure
they have to fight each other, so somebody has to
so they
lose.
have a problem with each other because neither one of them's willing to step down for the other one, and they actually have a problem in real life, not a joke. But like,
Do they still now, or they?
I think
did?
so, yeah.
Oh,
I don't think they're in a movie anymore. I don't think that the Rock started his own spinoff with Jason
The
Statham.
Hobbs and Shaw
Yeah.
thing? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the Rock's going to be in any more Vin Diesel.
Are they making any more Hobbs and Shaw?
I don't know about that.
I like Jason Statham. He's cool.
I think the Rock is going to be in more Fast and Furious type
Wow,
movies, spinoffs.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
But not with Vin Diesel. I don't know. But ain't that weird? Like actors can't have it in their contract that they lose a fight. What's interesting, talking about this Yellowstone thing with Kevin Costner, it's in he has a contract that he has to have a moral death. That Taylor cannot kill him in his writing for a bad reason. He has to be a good guy in his death, which he's not a good character really. Like in the beginning, he's an absolute scoundrel, and they've kind of like tried to
Kevin
make him,
Costner's character, is that who you said?
tried to make him more of a family man and all this stuff, and it's kind of messed with the writings because you showed us this character, and now you're morphing him into something else. But he's supposed to die off in this next season, pretty early on for the last season. But it has to be a moral death clause. He has a moral death clause in his contract.
Are actors that petty?
They're that petty.
Well, I think what's his name? The guy that played Venom.
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. And Charlize Theron. Whenever they played together in
Fury Road.
Yeah,
Mad Max Fury Road.
Yep. They had like an issue with each other for some reason. I didn't understand what all that was about.
Yeah, I think Charlize Theron didn't like working with him. Which they're making a new.
Why can't you just play the character how the director did it?
Yeah, the writer.
Or the writer.
Yeah,
the writer wrote the character.
They're making a new Furiosa movie with it's a prequel. It's not got Charlize Theron. It's got that Anna. She's got like 3 names.
Anna
She was in the menu. She was in the menu.
Anna Taylor-Joy.
Anna Taylor-Joy. Yeah,
Yes.
Yep. And it looks really good. It looks really good. Which I'm a huge Mad Max fan. I love Fury Road's probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Like,
really?
Yes, it won a bunch of awards at the time. Like, it's a beautiful movie. Just
I liked it. I thought
well
it was
acted.
good. Yeah.
And it made me watch the old ones, which were not very good.
I've never seen the
first Mad
original
Max was
ones.
okay, and then it got weirder.
Yeah, aren't they just kind of like sci-fi, post-apocalyptic, weird, twisted metal?
Which no one is into Mad Max. I swear, I see this. The bad guy from the new one, from Fury Road, his mask and his paint and everything makes him look like Mel Gibson. I swear it's supposed to be Mel Gibson, who was the Mad Max in the old
original.
movies. Like, so the hero back then became the bad guy. If they did that, that's so cool, but I can't find anything. And I swear it is. It looks just like Mel Gibson to me.
And it's a mask?
It's like a mask. He has a breathing apparatus, and like just the way it smiles and the hairstyle, it looks just like Mel
he was
Gibson.
the hero in the original movie. You think
Now it's not supposed to be. Like they're not saying that.
Yeah,
I think that they did that.
That
It's
character's
really
name is
clever.
Immortan Joe.
Yeah, Immortan Joe.
Yeah.
But I swear it looks like Mel Gibson.
I can kind of see that.
Let me just look up a picture of Immortan Joe.
I went back. I actually watched the original Conan movie.
The Barbarian?
Yeah, and it.
Like, tell me that's not supposed to look like Mel Gibson a little bit.
It does somewhat. Yeah.
I'm not seeing Mel Gibson there.
I swear.
Maybe the eyes. It's just eyes.
It's the eyes, I guess. I don't know. I see Mel Gibson.
Yeah, kind of there. The shape of the forehead. He does have
Yeah.
like a real rectangular forehead.
Yeah, it feels like Mel Gibson to me, and if that's what they were going for, that's really cool. That's a cool directing choice.
I've never watched Mad Max.
You not even Fury Road?
No, never seen
Oh, Fury Road's fantastic.
Yeah, you
Is
should.
it a standalone? Like you can just watch that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that the new one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
good.
the newest one?
Yes, it's good. I like it.
Have they
It's
made
supposed to be.
multiple ones?
There's supposed to be
No.
a trilogy of it with Tom Hardy. I don't know if that's even still a thing anymore.
have
At the
no
time,
idea.
it was.
Yeah.
But they're making a Furiosa, which is a prequel to the Fury Road.
Gotcha.
But you don't have.
Okay.
Yeah, no, standalone. Just watch Fury Road. It's really good.
I'll have to check it out.
Which the main character, I mean, Tom Hardy is. I would argue he's not even the main character, even though
Yeah.
he's Max. Like,
maybe that was the thing that him and Charlize Theron had kind of falling out over. I don't know.
which she's a good main character, but also that other the sick kid, with the boils.
Oh, yeah.
I would say he's more of a main character than Tom. Witness me. Such a good movie. Yes, watch it. I miss our movie nights. So us guys just getting
Yeah.
we introduced AJ to Star Wars,
Harry
Lord of the
Potter.
Rings.
No, I'd seen.
You'd seen
Lord of
okay.
the
We
Rings,
just
yeah.
watched them all together.
Yeah.
We went through all the Harry Potters, all the Star Wars, we watched a bunch of movies.
How many times were we getting together to do that?
A lot.
I thought about that the other day. I was like, how in the world did we sit down and watch 7 movies or however many it is on the Harry Potter?
Did we watch more than one a night? Maybe because they're not too long. Some of the early ones.
Pretty long.
Speaking of Star Wars, have you seen that they're making a Rey movie?
No.
A standalone Rey movie.
Oh, I did see somebody. I saw somebody had said that. I don't know if it was the director or writer or what, but said they wanted men to be uncomfortable watching it.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
their idea.
Well, guess what? It'll fail. What was this last thing? There was something that just failed. That was a blatant woman thing. What was it? Oh, my
She-Hulk?
God. No.
No, the Marvels.
Captain Marvel?
Yep.
The Marvels? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Marvels?
The Marvels.
Yeah, it had
just blatantly failed.
I didn't even
Captain
know that was a
Marvel-
thing.
Captain Marvel, the other Captain Marvel from the other multiverse.
No.
No?
No. It's that black lady.
Yeah.
who-
I thought she was like the other alternate.
No. Oh, she might have been in the alternate, but
Yeah.
she got her powers in WandaVision.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah,
realize that.
yeah.
I didn't watch
Yeah,
that.
she
but
became a
that's
superhero in
why.
WandaVision.
I didn't even know that was a movie.
Is that even what I'm talking about, though? But yeah, that one failed miserably.
Yeah, that was a all-female thing.
Oh, Snow White is probably going to fail miserably.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Is she black?
No,
she's Mexican.
She's a
Mexican Snow White.
she's a very
But she's
pale
also
Hispanic.
but she's also just trashing Snow White. Talking,
Really?
yeah, because like we're not gonna have a creepy prince who comes in and like forcibly takes this girl. This is not that kind of story. Like,
Yeah, this isn't the 1930s anymore.
Well, then make a different movie. Don't make a
different
Snow
movie,
White
yeah.
and change the story. Somebody wrote that.
do you know about this? That not Ben Shapiro. What's their company called?
The Daily Wire.
The Daily Wire is making a Snow White movie.
with
They're making a lot of stuff.
Brett Cooper.
With
is gonna
Brett
be playing
Cooper is
Snow
going to
White.
be Snow White.
Oh no, I knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did know that.
And people are like saying
looks like Snow White.
people are saying this looks better than this Disney monster. Like,
The Daily Wire, they're doing a lot of stuff. I appreciate what they're doing. I watched a couple of their movies, and I didn't think they were good at all.
I've never watched any of their stuff. I don't know.
The Run, Hide, Fight
I wanted to
was
watch
about
that
a school
one.
shooting.
It wasn't good. That's the only one I wanted to watch. That one a lot. I watched the drug addict one, where she was locked in a closet.
Oh, I think my mom watched that and she said it was okay.
It was okay.
The Run Hide Fight, I think it had a lot. It seems like I remember it having a lot of language, and like the acting wasn't great, and I didn't like the ending of it. It had a really brutal ending that shouldn't like. I didn't feel like that was a good like.
You watched the
moral
Prairie
ending.
movie that they made with the
Watched the Prairie, didn't like it
Gina
at all.
Carano.
Yeah,
And you didn't
is that
like
her
it.
name?
I think so,
Yeah, Gina Carano.
The one that was in Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't like it that much either. It was just violent and
See, I might have liked that because I mean,
it's kind of your type of movie where it's like dark and doesn't really have like a happy ending or anything. It kind of did. It was okay, but I just
So they wrote it the way that the writer wanted it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the preview for Lady Ballers?
I did see. Yeah,
That's hilarious.
Yes.
It honestly reminds me of Juwanna Man. Like that was a real movie back then, and it wasn't being a spoof.
I
but it
did
was
see
like-
some clips from that. It looked like it was pretty funny.
really funny.
It's got Tyler Fisher in it too. If you guys have ever seen him on YouTube, he's hilarious.
Is he like a commentator?
He's just
Like
like a
political?
comedian.
Okay.
He's a comedian. He's hilarious.
Aaron Rodgers, I think, did that.
Really?
Did an ayahuasca journey, yeah. Talked about it on Joe Rogan. Anywho, this is all getting cut out.
South American.
This is just friends catching up.
Yeah, we thank y'all for stopping by. We're shutting it down. Like I said, follow us on all the stuff, and we're going to be recording on the 20th, so get ready for episode 40,
Blah, blah, blah.
whatever, 45. 6.
Insert here.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.